Good evening, folks, and welcome to the WTV Live Network as the Lincoln Northeast Rockets and Westside Warriors are preparing for blast-off here for the season opener. My name is Ryan Kelly. Joining me here tonight, my good friend Townsend Holan. Townsend, how are you doing this evening?
I am doing just amazing. How are you, Ryan?
I'm doing great. It's a great evening. It's been kind of warm this week, so it's been nice out, and we're prepared for blast-off as the Rockets and the Warriors are going to face off here for the season opener for Class A basketball. What a time to be alive. The football just got over, and now we're straight into basketball season 2 weeks later. Townsend, let's just take a look at this matchup tonight. Lincoln Northeast, this team is hot this year. Ranked number 7 right now in the Class A, number 9 in the state. So this team is just a team that's really impressive. I know you had some players that really stood out to you when you looked kind of at your analysis of this team. You want to talk about that?
And for me, Leah Washington is obviously the person who stands out to me. Led the team with double-doubles every single game. That's just happening. So this Westside team really just needs to look out for her, because I don't feel like Westside has a player like that who can just put the team on their back and play.
Yeah, so that was for that Lincoln Northeast team. They got some star players, mostly an older team as you look at the roster, but Westside, let's talk about Westside real quick. Their season last year was not their best season. They ended the season 7-16. That team was very young. Lots of freshmen. You had Sinai Foster, Mia Urosevich, Nora Johnson, just to name a few. And now those players are now sophomores now, and they've had the culture on this team, the kind of time to build up. And just this Warrior team, not a successful season last year, 7-16 with a .30 win percentage. So, last season, not the best season you could ask for, Townsend. But looking at this year, they have a few transfers coming in, Kara Strickland, as well as McKenna Bush. So, this team's they're bringing in some new talent from across the metro and really just growing as a team.
Yeah, and not only are they bringing in that new talent, but they are also growing the players who they already had. Players like Kamora Jenkins, Sinai Foster, Mia Urosevich, Nora Johnson, just to name a few. This team is young, and while last year did not look good, I feel like this team is still in the growing phase, and I feel like this year they may be ready to contend. This is a great matchup for them to have right off the bat, a team, as you said, number 7, so this looks like it could be a great test for the Westside Warriors.
Now, there's some people that stand out to me on this Warrior team. Mia Urosevich, a 3-time varsity athlete. She's varsity cross country, ran with her in the fall. Now she's playing varsity basketball here tonight, and then you'll see her out on the soccer field on the pitch playing soccer. So she's she's got some speed on this team, which so she can definitely be one to kind of break away down the court. They'll come from C to C there. Some other players here that stand out to me, Townsend, is Kamora Jenkins. She shattered that 3-point record. We saw that on air, so she's one to watch out for too as well on this court. And Sinai Foster, she's extremely tall and is really just part of this team that's really part of this growing team. So let's take a look at some keys to the game this evening for Lincoln Northeast, just being able to rebound that ball, run in transition, and just execute all their plays. This season for Lincoln Northeast, they have some high expectations. They were close to making Pinnacle Bank Arena last year, but this year they're just hoping to get there and win their conference this year. For Westside, they just want to win the paint. They want to keep Lincoln Northeast out of the paint with that ball. They can do that, and they can be successful this evening, and just keeping the morale high. Now, last year, just the thing about that team last year is we just did not give up all season. They came out there and tried their hardest, and that's kind of that culture that you want to see, that culture of trying that you want to see out on this court, because this team has potential, and we could see them, improve from last year's record.
And last year, when I was looking at their record, I saw down the stretch they went 4-5. And while that may not seem like much, they did go 7-16 overall, so they made improvements as they went, and that's something that they're just going to want to carry into this season. Obviously, now this is their second season for a lot of these players playing together. Lots of chemistry, So I feel like this team is just going to be a lot better than they were last year. I feel like they're ready to take it to the next level.
Talk about some other players on this team. this team's a pretty young team. So you have Sydney Hagan as well as Riley Preister kind of leading that kind of leadership role on this team, as well as Lakeland Jocelyn. So this team, as there's a few freshmen on this roster as well. So it's just gonna be interesting to see how this season plays out, because this team's got some depth this year. They're gonna have hopefully a good run this season. But we're gonna take a quick break here on the KB pregame show. We'll catch you back here momentarily. We welcome you back to the WTV Live Network. Again, in case you missed it, my name is Ryan Kelly. Joining me here in the broadcast booth, Townsend Holan. We have the Lincoln Northeast Rockets taking on the Westside Warriors. The number 7 Lincoln Northeast Rockets. And we're going to meet the starting lineup for the Westside Warriors. I'll turn it over to the PA announcer here. there you have it, folks. The starting lineup for your Westside Warriors. We're about underway here for the tip. And this is a great matchup for basketball here tonight. We got this Warrior team. There's a lot of new faces on the team, a few transfers, and Lincoln Northeast, a team coming off of a hot season last year, ranking number 7 in Class A, number 9 in the state. Just a great night for basketball here at Jim Tangdahl Court.
And I'm going to make a bit of a bold prediction here, all right? I think this Westside Warriors team is going to be significantly better than last year. I mean, they have new talent in these classes. They have more chemistry. I think they have what it takes to be very, very good this year. And they're going to get a good test for this first game of the
Let's play basketball!
And the Rockets will win the tip there as Foster was unable to get her hand behind that. Beautiful steal there from Sydney Hagan. She's going to take this one through the paint, and it's going to be off the bottom of the hoop. And that will send her to the charity strike for 1. Trying to get the and 1 there. Here's our beautiful backboard shot. Going off the back of the iron. Check that. Number 2. Maybe a bit of a miscommunication there from the officials. I thought I saw them signal for 1, but nevertheless, she'll go 0 for 2 on the charity strike. And Northeast looking for somebody to pass to. They'll try to find her there in the paint. Shot clock at 15. Try to find her teammate there. That one's off the iron and into the hoop. That's number 22, Washington.
You got Mia Washington, one of the best players on this team. You cannot just let her get close to the basket like that. She will make you pay every single time.
Yeah, we saw it there. They were kind of struggling there, but they found her in the paint and easily put up there for 2. Shot clock now at 15. Jenkins going to try to get that one out. Going to lose control of it there, and the Rockets will pick that one back up there. Long pass there. Be kind of broken up there by Strickland, so it'll bounce off her foot. Hagan going to pass off to Foster. Foster, and there's a double dribble call there. Check that was on Lincoln Northeast. Strickland over to Hagan. Hagan over to Jenkins.
For this offense, in my opinion, I mean, it's just going to be interesting to see through the season how these transfers adapt and play with the players who have been playing here for maybe 2 or 3 years even.
Yeah, it's always definitely a challenge for, teams with a lot of transfers, but I mean, definitely once they kind of figure out the chemistry, that chemistry can really work to their advantage. And it's a foul there on the Northeast team as the Warriors will inbound there. Jenkins over to Hagan. That one will be blocked. So the Rockets going to work their way around. Going to try to find something there. That one's off the left iron. Brought back up and in there for 2.
And that is just a good box out right there. And, I mean, you just cannot let that happen if you're Westside. They will make you pay over and over again if you get boxed out. I mean, those offensive rebounds, they will kill you.
Something I noticed here about this game here is just the tempo of this game. This Warrior and Rocket offense have just been very swift moving down this court. And there from Washington, in 1!
Got Mia Washington already picking up where she left off last year. This has been a struggle so far. I mean, we played it all over 2 minutes, and Westside already struggling with Washington.
That one's in there for another one. As Jenkins will bring this ball back down the court. Strickland there, taking her time, gonna find Jenkins. Jenkins off to Hagan. Hagan I find a little struggle there. She's going to try to get that too. Teammate there, and the Rockets will lose control of that one. That will go out off the baseline. And it will go to the Warriors. And a quick turn of events there.
And for Westside, I mean, you just need to get something off the bat. I mean, it's 7-0 right now. They haven't been able to find much offensively, but really sometimes you just need to get that first basket to get rolling.
They're going to break the ice. That one up and off the iron from Kimora Jenkins. The Rockets going to hand off to Washington. That one and one once again.
Westside foul number 1 tonight, cost her second team set.
Donlap Washington already going after this Westside defense.
Yeah, gosh.
It's paid off for her. I mean, been fouled twice already. They're just going to need to figure out how to defend her if they want to keep in this game.
Yeah, having her on the charity strike there is definitely something you want to try to limit.
Out of bounds, Warrior basketball.
Warrior basketball. Jenkins trying to find somebody there in the paint. Off to Hagen. Hagen for 3. No good. Strickland will get that one there. She'll try to battle her way through the paint, and there's a travel. Bring up Rocket basketball. Strickland playing a tight defense there. Shot clock at 25. Foul will be called there.
Westside foul number 13, Pat Dawn. Her first, team's third.
Another foul on the Warriors. Tied up now 3-3 for fouls. The Rockets lead 8-0 over the Warriors. Quick little jumper there will be no good. Washington will pick that one back up. Another floater there will go over the iron from Anderson. Jenkins over to Strickland in the far corner for 3. And it's good!
And there you go. We talked about breaking that ice, getting that first basket. There you go. Now can you do something with that?
Well, after that 3 points there, that'll send Washington to the line as the Rockets just really blasted off to the other side of the court.
And right now, Westside just struggling a little bit with the offensive rebounds that Lincoln Northeast is getting and the fouls. I mean, this is already Washington's 3rd trip to the line.
Yeah, this is now what you want to see right now. It's these small mistakes, Townsend, that will really come to kill his team here. We'll see McKenna Bush now, a new face to this Warrior team, coming down the court. Bush off to Jenkins. Jenkins, someone's no good off the iron, and that's out.
For Westside right now, I mean, it's just the offense hasn't been doing what they need to do to stay in this game. Maybe just, in my opinion, maybe just look for some easier shots, maybe get closer to the basket and go from there.
Something I want to say here is for this team is just slowing down your game. I mean, shot clock gets its second here in NSAA basketball, so just kind of slowing down the play. I mean, this team has done, both teams actually done really good at managing their shot clocks. So just kind of taking their time and just taking a deep breath. Another Rockets can be sent to the line for 2.
Yeah, as you said, Westside just going to need to slow it down, move the ball, be patient, and find the open shots, and that's how you're going to stay in this game, because we know Lincoln Northeast can score. Now that's something Westside's just going to have to do with.
That's Phillips on the line now for the Rockets. J.F. Freeman checking in now for the Warriors. A fresh recruit from Westside Middle School. Making her season debut here at Jim Tingdahl Court. Freeman be under pressure. And a jump ball will be called. Possession will stay with the Warriors.
Four of these Warriors last year had 3 freshmen in the lineup, this year 2. So this team, they're growing, but they're also getting some youth while they're going at it. And that's one thing that makes me really excited for the future of this team.
Pedersen off to Freeman. Strickland for 3. And it's good! 3 for Strickland.
Kara Strickland getting these first 2 shots to go in. I mean, she's someone you're definitely going to want to look for as the game goes on. She's proving she can make those 3-pointers. Now the question is, will Lincoln Northeast be able to defend her on those now?
Yeah, I mean, Strickland, a new player to this team, and she's been showing pretty dominant here on the court. Freeman for 3. That one just going to roll off the top as Pedersen will keep that one in off to Freeman. Over to Bush. It's Pedersen off to Strickland on the far corner, and bang, it's good!
And once again, Kara Strickland, 3 threes for them. She has scored all 9 of their points. She is going to, her and Kimora Jenkins will likely be the top 2 options for this team as the game goes on.
There's a push there now.
Number 33, McKenna Bush, the first, team 6.
Another foul on this Warrior team. It's something, as this season goes on, you want to minimize. Another substitution there. We'll see Washington come back out now.
I mean, yeah, if you're getting into foul trouble early, you're really just digging yourself into a hole that's pretty hard to climb out of.
That one off the hands of Pedersen. Phillips will inbound there. That's going to go off the hand of Strickland. As the Rockets trying to make something happen here in the paint. That one off the left iron, and another foul there, sending number 13, Serena Heron.
But yeah, this team, they're just getting into foul trouble early. I mean, that's something, if I'm Steve Clark, next time out, that's something that I am talking to this team about. You just cannot let that happen over and over and over again.
There's Kat Gahan back out on the court. Excuse me there. That one off the right iron. Yeah, and as those fouls keep piling up, that's just going to hurt you in the end game. Bit of a fight there along the baseline, and a cleanup in aisle 6 there. A few players will go down. And another foul.
And another foul for Westside. It just feels like almost every possession Lincoln Northeast is going down there, there's just some sort of defensive foul. I mean, you need to just relax a little on defense. Just
Stand the line, so one more to go.
You know, you're only down by 2 right now. Yeah, you're only down by 2 now, so
Yeah, there's not much to worry about. I mean, you're completely in this game.
I think if you're Westside right now, you just want to take a deep breath, and that one will be picked up there by the Rockets. That's number 1, Anderson. That one will go out. And we'll stay with the Rockets. But just take a deep breath. I mean, shot clock management has been something that's impressed me. You know, when I heard that the shot clock was being added to NSAA basketball, Townsend, I thought, oh, there's going to be a bunch of, shot clock violations between, a lot of teams. But there's a travel there. But shot clock management has been something that all teams across the Metro have done very well. And actually, the only shot clock violation I've seen in the past 2 years has been against Scott last year in the opening jamboree here at Westside. So it's been over a year.
And that's something that I'm sure these teams practiced right off the bat. Just playing as if there was a shot clock in practice. Just practicing the shot clock. And it's 35 seconds. I mean, it's not like they're rushed that much, but for Westside, you need to take advantage of that. You have time. They're playing tense. They're not letting the game come to them, and that is just hurting them right now a lot.
Over just under a minute here in our first quarter of action. Northeast still up by 11-9. Quick little jumper there, no good off the back glasses. There'll be a jump ball there. Clock will stop at 39.7 seconds. Do apologize for the clock not working actively on the broadcast. That should be back up and running momentarily. Be Warrior basketball here. Just under 35 seconds left to go. Freeman over to Jocelyn. Tight defense there by the Rockets. Bush, and get tricked up there as the Rockets will take back over. Just 20 seconds left now. And there's Washington. That one going to rattle out. And just 13 seconds left to go. Shot clock is now gone. 10 seconds. Make that 5 and counting. Bush looking for something. Pedersen in the paint and up and blocked, and that's no good. Our score here at the end of the first quarter, 11-9 in favor of the Rockets. Townsend, thoughts on the first quarter?
Westside is just not finding. They just haven't found their groove yet. I feel like I said earlier, just let the game come to you. I mean, just relax a little. I mean, it just feels like such a tense game. And whoever relaxes first will be able to pull ahead and win the game.
I mean, this game is so close right here. No team is really set to win this game yet. It's only 9-11, so there's still 3 whole quarters to play left for regulation. So, I mean, there's no clear winner yet. And, Westside, if they could upset this number 7 team in Class A right now, that would be big to start out the season. But what do you think? So, looking at both these teams right here, what do you think that head coach Jim Steve Clark is saying to his team right now?
Stop the fouls. Fouls are just killing Westside right now. If I were Steve Clark, that is 100% what I would be trying to just drill into their minds. I mean, that's something that you just can't win if you're fouling this much. It's simple.
No, for Northeast Townsend, what's your thoughts so far?
They're getting the ball to Dunlap, Washington. They're playing just slightly more relaxed than Westside. They know what works for them, and that's why they're in the lead right now, in my opinion.
Definitely, if you're a Westside fan right now, you just want to see this Warrior team just kind of ease the tension that there is kind of on this, court here this evening. But got our second quarter of play here now. Rockets there in the paint. Little jumper for 2. It's number 10, Phillips. Adding a few more for the Rockets. Warriors just going to take their time. This is what you like to see right now. Just them kind of working this offense. Foster in the corner. Now that's Jenkins. He topped the key, and Foster able to lay that one up. And then you have it. I mean, there's just that height from Sinai Foster Townsend that we talked about in the pregame show. She's just towering over a lot of these players out here.
I mean, yeah, 6'2", and you have to use that to your advantage. I mean, you got 6 foot Elise Peterson, you got 6'2" Sinai Foster. So in my opinion, those are the players who you can get some easy buckets down low. Just get it down to them, let them do the dirty work, and you will see a lot of results.
Yeah, definitely the height on this Warrior roster. Little jumper there for 2 from Phillips. Warriors down by just 4. Jenkins, top of the key, gonna work her way into the paint, back out, off the Gon. But a Foster in the corner for 3, no good. Be a bit of trip up there as Jenkins will put some pressure down and try to lay that one up there, and that's good for 2. Check that little center to the line for 2. And is Bradley now gonna shoot for 2.
And in my opinion right now, Westside just playing with slightly less nerves. And I get why you would be nervous coming into this game. I mean, first game of the year against the number 7 team, a true contender. I mean, I get why you would be nervous, but you just cannot let that get to you. And that's something that Steve Clark's got to be telling his team.
Well, for 2 now on the charity strike for Bradley. I mean, this Northeast team is a PBA contender going down to Lincoln, or just going down the road for them, really. So if the Warriors ever able to keep up with them only in the second quarter here, I'm quite impressed by this Warrior team already compared to last year.
And yeah, these are the teams who you just have to be keeping up with. You gotta show that you can keep up with these teams, build that confidence. That's how you make the playoffs, in my opinion.
There's Strickland now on the line for the Warriors.
And Kara Strickland so far, I like what I'm seeing. 3 3-pointers. She's creating good shots. She's getting to the foul line, as you can see. She's going to be one of the key players if Westside wants to win this game.
Yeah, definitely. You know, going on throughout the season as well.
Yeah, if she can keep playing like this and Kimora Jenkins can get back to what she was doing last year, I mean, watch out. This team could be very, very dangerous.
And there you have it. 2 for 2 now. Warriors just down by 2. There's Washington hard in the paint. That one good for the easy layup.
Damia Washington again and again and again, just getting down low, getting those easy buckets. There's something Westside can do. And at the same time, that's something Westside needs to defend.
Little jumper there from Jenkins, and that's good for another 2. There's the foul. No send.
Yeah, you just have to be conscious of what you're doing on defense.
Jump ball there.
Warrior basketball.
That'll be Warrior basketball once again.
Stand checks back in for the Rockets.
And here running Kimora Jenkins at point guard. Warrior fans hopeful to see that playmaking and shot creating develop from a hot start that she got last year.
Jenkins gonna look to shoot. Off to Hagan. Back over to Jenkins. Over to Strickland in the near side corner for 3. And it's good! Kara Strickland. Oh my goodness.
4-point play opportunity right here. That is not something you see very often.
At the line, Kara Strickland, 1 shot.
But Kara Strickland so far showing up and showing out for the Warriors in this debut game.
And that's a 4-point play there, folks, as Strickland will get the 3.
And all of a sudden, you look at the scoreboard, Westside in the lead.
First time the Warriors have been in the lead all evening. There's a travel now on Washington. So this Warrior team has a chance here to kind of get away with the score.
Yeah, I feel like the momentum is beginning to swing in Westside's favor. The question is just going to be, can they keep that up?
There's Jenkins for 3, and it's good! Kamora Jenkins for 3. Gosh, you're going to talk about this, Townsend. You have Kastrick and Kamora Jenkins, 2 top 3-point shooters here. And there's another one for Washington.
And this team just, I mean, I feel like they just have a lot of potential. And in this second quarter, they're starting to show it.
Breister. And there's the travel. It's kind of a sloppy play there from the Warriors, but I'm going to see Bush come back out for the Warriors. But just looking at this team, Townsend, we're going to break this down. You have Kamora Jenkins and Kara Strickland out there. And those are just 2 top contenders for, you know, the best 3-point shooters on this team. So having those 2 out on the court at the same time is just kind of deadly.
Yeah, and if both of those players can get hot at the same time, I mean, what are you going to do about that? I mean, pick your poison. Like, one of them's going to get open if you have to double team.
Yeah, the way this Warrior team's been managing the shot clock, I mean, Washington going to lay that one up there for another 2, but Northeast only down by just 1 here.
And other than foul trouble on defense, one thing that the Warriors just have to control is Dunlap Washington. I feel like if you can contain her and she can, all of a sudden she starts struggling to get those buckets, I mean, Lincoln Northeast kind of has to change their game plan.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. Washington is definitely slowed down a little bit there. She's going to be in the paint now and bounce that one off for another 2. And the Rockets will take the lead. Strickland going to get the foul on the Rockets. The Warrior basketball still. We'll see Pedersen now come out and Freeman. Breister and Gahan going back to the bench. Take a quick breather. Jenkins and Strickland still out there. Freeman off to Jenkins. Jenkins off to Strickland. Back to Jenkins. Strickland for 3. That one no good. And it'll be Warrior basketball.
And while that shot did not go in, you saw more Jenkins and Kara Strickland both on the outside. And I feel like when they pass it to Strickland, all of a sudden 2 defenders go over to Strickland. When it goes to Jenkins, 2 defenders coming over to Jenkins. That just shows when both of them are feeling good, it's just hard to defend.
Well, folks, we're going to take a quick break here on the WTV Live Network. We'll be back here momentarily. We welcome you back to the WTV Live Network, where the Rockets only lead by 1. The Warrior basketball to start out here, as the Rockets will pick back up. The Rockets trying to make something happen here. That one will go out on the baseline.
And so far, just a pretty tight game, I would say. I mean, neck and neck, 23-22. Both of these teams just trying to figure out how can you get that edge? How can you pull away and go into halftime with a sizable lead?
Yeah, and I mean, this game, just 2 minutes and 42 seconds left, and it's just a 1-point game right here. So this game has proved pretty entertaining so far. Now, that's Washington now at the line. One off the back of the rim. That one just gonna rattle out, so we're in 1 point there. That one off the back iron.
Jump ball.
Now, jump ball will be called. Now, Warrior basketball here.
Who's ball foul on the Wildcats, number 22, Danilo Washington, her first.
This will be pardon a few of our technical difficulties here this evening, folks. We're getting all of our equipment back in order for basketball season. If you do notice any kind of technical errors that we may have not figured out yet, please feel free to directly message Westside Wired on Instagram or Twitter. As so a bit of a fight for the ball there.
So with 2 minutes and 15 seconds left,
Jump ball, and it'll stay with the Warriors.
this game is tied up. So in these last 2:15, we're just going to have to see which team can pull ahead. And that could ultimately determine the game as well. I mean, you go into halftime with maybe a 5 to 7 point lead. You're feeling pretty good about that. You got some momentum. And all of a sudden, the other team is just reeling, spending the rest of the game trying to figure out how to get back into it.
Yeah, definitely. We're tied 23 apiece, and there's Peterson once again. Jenkins off to Freeman. Shot clock under 10, 5 seconds left. Strickland's got to do something here. That one for three, and it's good! Tara Strickland for three.
Get another open three. Westside not trying to fix what isn't broken. And now the question for Westside will be, can they stop Dunlap Washington? And if they can do that, they could really start to pull ahead. And right there you see it's no easy task to stop Washington.
Yeah, they tried to stop it there, and I mean, it proved successful there until she found the open basket. So this Warrior team just kind of slowing down here. They're definitely, I think I've noticed Townsend from the start. So now 1 minute and 7 seconds into the second quarter here, it's just the momentum change in this game. This game is definitely much more neck and neck, but this Warrior team is really just slowing down the game. They're just taking their time. That one for Freeman for three is good!
On Westside, they may have figured it out slightly slower than Lincoln Northeast, but now they're firing on all cylinders. And I'm seeing less fouls, but Donnell Washington, they just haven't been able to stop her, it seems like, so far. And that is something that you're just really going to need to be able to do if you want to build a sizable lead. Otherwise, you score, well, they just are going to come back and score on the other end with Dunlap Washington.
I definitely agree with you there, Townsend. If this Warrior team is 36 seconds left until halftime, so if this team can go into the half ahead, I think they're in pretty good contending. You know, the morale side of it, they're in great contending.
Yeah, because at the start, it really just didn't seem like that was going to be the case. It didn't seem like Westside was going to be in the lead. They were just playing really sloppy basketball, but they're finding their groove, and it's not a moment too late.
I mean, in the beginning there, it was mostly Rocket basketball. Now just 25 seconds left, and the Warriors 29-26. That one's out on the baseline. So, I mean, the Warriors can hold them off here. There's no more shot clock left, so this Rocket team can really just take their time.
Yeah, and that's something you're going to want to do if you're the Lincoln Northeast Rockets right here. You just want to take your time, find the right shot. Don't risk taking a bad shot, trying to play hero ball, because that might end up with Westside going down and scoring and extending the lead going into the half.
Rockets trying to make something happen there, trying to go hard in the paint. That one off the left iron there, and there's a foul. That'll send Washington now to the line. This is kind of deadly here, Townsend. 8.7 seconds left. She's got 2 shots from the charity strike. What's going to happen here?
Well, obviously it just depends if she makes the shots or not, because if she misses this shot right here, the game plan is totally different than if she makes the shot and you have to inbound it. I mean, if she misses this shot, you just gotta go, but you have maybe 2-3 seconds more if she makes the shot.
Gonna go 1 for 2 now on the charity strike. That one out.
And that is
really on the Warriors.
That is not good for the Westside Warriors. They had a chance right there, but it bounced off the fingertips and out of bounds. So all of a sudden, while she did miss that shot, that might have been the best thing that could have happened for the Lincoln Northeast Rockets. Make that first shot, then you get another chance right here. Get a 2-pointer right here. It's a tie game going into the half. And then it wouldn't seem like either team has any sort of edge.
So Washington, quick recap here. Washington went 1 for 2 in charity strike. The score now 29-27 in favor of the Warriors. Playing at both 5 fouls apiece. 7.7 seconds left remaining before half. The Rockets call it a timeout. Now we're back here for Rocket basketball. The inbound there for 3. That one no good. It's up in the hands of Washington, and that one will go down a push with 1.3 seconds on the clock.
Number 13, Serena here in her second.
That foul will be on the Rockets, something that you do not want to let happen here, especially going into half. There's Lakeland Jocelyn now on the charity strike. And this is going to be a quick turnaround here.
Yeah, just relax right here. Even if you miss that first shot, it's okay. Just got to relax. Put that second shot in. Get that 3-point lead, most likely going into the half.
Jocelyn going 1 for 2 now. Rockets will be unsuccessful there. The score will be 30-27 at the end of the first half. Townsend, just some quick thoughts here on the first half from both teams.
I mean, this is some of the better Westside basketball that I've seen in my time commentating at this high school. Just considering the competition they're facing here. This is the number 7 team in Nebraska Class A, and you are leading this game. You just have to keep doing what's working and you might be able to pull out the win if you're Westside here.
Well, we're going to take a quick break here on the WTV Live Network, where the Warriors lead 30-27 at half. folks, and welcome back to Jim Tengall Court, where the Warriors lead 13-27 over the Lincoln Northeast Rockets. In case you missed it, my name is Ryan Kelly. Joining me in the broadcast booth, Townsend, Holan. Townsend, just what are your thoughts so far from this first half of play?
Westside looked just very sloppy at first, but then they found their rhythm, they found their groove. Now they find themselves in the lead. Unfortunately, the halftime, I feel like, can affect the momentum, if you will, of these Westside Warriors. So they just have to keep doing what's working for them, make adjustments if necessary. Just don't let up off the gas. A strong first half considering this competition, but they just have to keep going. They just have to have the consistency and the endurance to keep going throughout the game.
Yeah, I mean, something about this Warrior team is just they've not given up at all. I mean, this team is just really shown dominant throughout this game. You know, despite being down in the first and the second quarter, they really kind of rebounded there and were able to get back on top.
Yeah, and just a very resilient team, especially considering that start, a less than ideal start. I mean, they were struggling to score that first basket, as I said. Then they broke the ice. All of a sudden, Kastrick, 2 quarters later, she's got 5 3-pointers, which is in reach of Kimora Jenkins' 8 that she had last year for the school record. You know, so that is very much in reach for Strickland.
Strickland's still out there now, so I mean, I think she could easily break that record there and go beyond. So, which for a transfer coming into this program, she's coming in for journalism as well. I mean, that'd be great to see.
Yeah, and Kara Strickland, the one thing that's going to stop her isn't going to be herself. It's going to be this Lincoln Northeast Rockets defense. I mean, they just have to get after it. Don't let her get those open 3-pointers. She was creating some very good shots from beyond the 3-point line, which is something that Northeast just really can't let her do as much as she was.
And this Rocket defense has been pretty stellar, if you ask me, throughout this entire game, and they've been able to really, put pressure on this Warrior team enough where it's been hard for them to even score. But I mean, look at this right now, 31-29. The officials on the field, on the court, are,
and I feel like
making a quick decision here, but they're gonna call a jump ball there. But Steve Clark gonna challenge this call here. Definitely a bit of confusion here, but the call will stand.
And it seems like to me, back to what we were talking about with the defenses, I feel like Northeast's defense is just more disciplined, even though it hasn't paid off quite yet. I mean, we've seen a lot of fouls from Westside, not quite as many from Northeast. And if you can just keep that discipline on defense, it's definitely going to pay off for them.
Yeah, there's that Warrior team now. Lots of fast action there. Strickland going to lose control of there, and that one's going to go out and goes on to the cheerleaders there. See a bit of possible Omar the ref kind of stuff going on down there from that one official. He had his hands out there
me, Ryan,
in front of the student section.
Oh my goodness.
This will be Northeast basketball.
And for these Westside Warriors on offense, I'm anxious to see if they can keep what they had going at the end of the first half. But obviously here, Lincoln Northeast just doing exactly what they've been doing all game. Not trying to fix what's broken, like I said before.
Gosh, 31-31 as Washington put up 2 more. Washington is hard in the paint, and Jenkins going to get tripped up going down the lane.
Just a bit of a scary sight there. I thought maybe something had happened. Fortunately, she was able to get up quickly.
Watching her steps and kind of sidestep there, she looks well, which is always great to see. You do not want to see any athlete get injured. And down goes Foster. Definitely a pretty physical game of basketball here tonight.
Yeah, physical, you know, to say the least. I mean, just been a pretty rough game, honestly.
There's the and one.
That one for hearing.
That's I foul number 13, Pat Dawn for second.
We'll send her now to the charity strip. For one, that one's no good. Washington gonna try to send that one back up. Foster gonna try to pivot off. Gonna get it off to Strickland. Strickland for three, no good. It's gonna be tripped up there by Hagan. Jenkins for three, no good. And off the hands of a Rocket.
And although those shots didn't go in, Strickland and Jenkins just sticking to what was going right for them in the first half, you know. Those three-pointers just creating the openings and getting the shots off, having the courage to do that.
Rockets will lead here 33-31. So gonna try to make an opportunity here. That one hard in the paint will rattle out the Warrior basketball once again.
He's foul number 24, and then you get Bradley for 30.
Jenkins making her way down the court here. Foster, take a shot there, and it's good! Little floater from Sanai Foster. The Warriors are down just by one.
And just a really good play right there from Sanai Foster. Found Dunlap Washington suddenly behind her, steps up, creates that shot, easy 2 points.
Bit of a confidence booster there for Foster's. Not seen her score too many points this evening. Hagan, little floater there, off the glass, no good. Foster able to rebound there. That one from Jenkins is good.
And all of a sudden, Westside up 36-33.
My goodness, 35-33 the score, and the Warriors are back on top. Check that, 36-33. The Rocket basketball here. Shot clock at 23. 5:05 left on the clock. That one off the back glass and in there for two. As Hagan will bring this one down. Strickland for three. And it's good! Strickland just working her way towards that record. Townsend, I said it at the end of halftime there. I mean, I said we could see a record here, and I think she's just inching her way closer and closer to that record.
And she's building up her confidence as she goes, you know. 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shots. All of a sudden, you're at 6. I mean, now all of a sudden, you're 3 3-pointers away from the record.
Just 2 more 3 points to tie the record. 3 more to put it in her name. Peterson now.
For the Lincoln Northeast Rockets here, you are in slightly uncharted territory. All of a sudden you're down when you were up to start the game. Just got to keep that confidence, stay in the game, don't let it get you down.
Jenkins going to get caught in trouble. Could have been a jump ball called there. Do not know what the officials see there. Strickland for 3, no good, off the front iron. Definitely a bit of an interesting play there, and Jenkins will try to get that one there. Ball will be down, and the Rockets will miss the easy layup.
And what a pass that was. I mean, was she sitting down there? She on the ground, all of a sudden throws it to the other side of the court, and that's just a shot that you got to get, but unfortunately she was not able to do so.
Quick, break this down, Townsend, because there's a lot going on. I thought I saw a jump ball there on the right side of the screen for you guys at home. Definitely a lot of go back and forth there with the ball. Steve Clark not happy with that. But it ended up with Rocket ball, or the Rockets basketball. Now the Warriors can bring it back down. Strickland in the paint. She'll go down. Will get sent to the line.
And what I'm seeing so far is they're starting to figure out Dunlap Washington's play style. They're starting to defend down low on those, just 3 or 4 foot shots. And if Dunlap Washington can't hit those, that just forces an entire pivot with the Northeast Rockets game plan.
Swish, just like that. No hesitation at all from Strickland. I mean, yeah, but if you can kind of crack the code there for Washington, I mean, this game could be Warrior basketball.
Yeah, and I feel like that's what they're doing here. They did crack the code. All of a sudden, I'm seeing a lot more misses from Washington. And maybe Northeast will have to figure out something else here if they want to stay in this game.
Yeah, this Warrior team is trying to pull away here. Bit of a botched play there. Rockets definitely just want to slow it down if they want to try to get more points on the board. Peterson going to take that one there. Pass over to Freeman. Freshman there. Strickland from the top of the key. And it's gone!
And that was just wide open. I mean, amazing playmaking there for Freeman. Yet another 4-point play possible here. Wow, I am very impressed in Kara Strickland's first game as a Westside Warrior.
Oh my goodness, folks.
And look at this, 44-36. This is the number 7 team. Westside, coming out hot in this one.
Quick timeout there from Northeast. Let's just kind of break down what just happened here. 44-36. So, Westside up 44-36 right now. Townsend we talked about them breaking Washington's kind of code. They figured out what's going on. Just, what's going on here tonight, Townsend? What's kind of like the vibe and like kind of, this game was very more Rocket oriented, and now it's very Warrior oriented here. Just what happened?
Yeah, I feel like coming into this game, Westside almost didn't know the capabilities of Dunlap Washington, and she was just getting down low, bucket after bucket, out the glass and in. But all of a sudden now, Dunlap Washington's starting to miss those shots, and like I said, now if you're Matt Van Ageren, you almost have to craft a backup game plan, because if you keep doing what's not working, it's not going to get any better. And for the Westside Warriors, it's the opposite. They just got to keep doing what they're doing. They're up 8 points here. Kara Strickland on fire. My goodness, what a turn of events.
Yeah, I was definitely not expecting this, and looking up all those timeouts, Northeast only has 2 left, so they have definitely been kind of fooled by this Warrior team, you could say. They're definitely expecting the Warriors not to put up this much of a fight, and look at this now. Northeast is leading in fouls right now, so this Warrior team is definitely, to me, a game by game for this team. They're just going to slowly get better game by game, and the chemistry is kind of unreal for this team this evening.
And I feel like with Northeast being number 7 and Westside just a really very overlooked team, there could be an upset brewing here. A very big upset at that, in my opinion.
Strickland from the stripe. Will be 1 for 1. 4-point play there for her, and she's going to go to the bench and catch a breath. Just getting closer and closer to this record here. Rockets trying to make something happen here. That one off the back glass and good from Phillips.
So I guess just a slight tweak in the game plan maybe. Lincoln Northeast still focusing on those easy shots, but Westside trying to play great defense on those, 5 or 6 footers, and that's exactly what they've been doing. At least for the second half, in my opinion. In the first half, it was a lot more sloppy.
There's Bush out on the field for the Warriors, on the court. And Peterson will go down, and she's going to take her time to get up here. She will
Oh my goodness.
get back
This
up,
is
and there's
getting,
a physical.
yeah, this is getting very physical here.
Jump ball. Possession stays with the Rockets.
Bush, little shooken up. Peterson is strided with no limp. Now the officials will meet at the W.
And while these officials are meeting, I mean, what are you making of this, Ryan? All of a sudden, Westside coming out firing in the second half. They've got a 6-point lead. They've got the edge right now, but how does Lincoln Northeast get that back?
I mean, they just gotta, keep this game. They just gotta keep their heads down and really just keep fighting. And there's Jenkins once again, and there's the jump ball.
Jump ball.
Great call there from the officials. And
Back to the Warriors.
but if you're Lincoln Northeast right now, I think just keep your head down, just keep fighting. This game is not over yet. There's still lots of time left to play. But just find your rhythm.
And while it is 6 points, I mean, 6 points isn't that much. It's not enough for comfort. So you can very easily, just with maybe a small run, you can get back in this game.
Something I want to see kind of less of the. It's been a very physical game, but less of the pushing and shoving.
Yeah, both of these teams just...
I don't know if any of those hits were intentional there, but just keeping it a clean game, because you do not want to see any player from both teams, getting injured out here on the court, especially in the season opener with lots of time left to play.
Yeah, and when it gets physical like that, you almost feel like they're losing focus on the game.
And if you're Northeast, you just want to keep your focus on getting that ball into that hoop. And now there'll be a travel there on the Rockets, as we just saw, as Jenkins over to Freeman. Freeman for 3. No good. Warriors going to try to rebound there. Peterson will go down. Sorry, that was Bush.
Westside foul for Freeman and Bush for 3rd.
That'll be McKenna Bush's 3rd foul in this half.
Line face here. 2 shots.
And this game just feels like it's come to a bit of a standstill in this last minute or so. The scoring has definitely slowed down, and this is a huge opportunity for one of these teams. For Northeast, you got to try to focus on getting back into it. Westside, you're trying to focus on pulling away.
Back into Westside.
That's Perry now on the line for the Rockets. I mean, gosh, Townsend, this feels like it's the 4th quarter, final few minutes here, but it's just a quick reminder for everybody not seen on the scoreboard. This is the 3rd quarter. No jump ball called there. Everybody will get up. Jocelyn now on the court for the Warriors. Freeman, little jumper there. Will rattle out. As the Rockets will bring this one back down. 1:05 left on the clock. As there's some weird
Pretty
defense
hard
there.
foul right there.
We see 2 of them go up.
Westside foul.
Another foul on the Warriors. That's on number 11. Gabby Duval. That one off the front iron there.
And if you have not noticed, we have a completely new camera right there. Personally, it is very intriguing to me, a whole basket cam. I mean, that is not something we had last year at all.
Bit of a confusion there between Warriors and refs, but the Warrior basketball, and yeah, backboard cam making its debut after a year-long break. It's great to see it back up there, hoping to get another one up there on the other hoop.
I'm a big fan, I gotta say, so far.
Final minute here. Warriors taking their time, 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Duval looking for somebody who's open. Peterson in the paint. Gonna step up and get that one in there for two. 46-40 with 30 seconds left as the shot clock will disappear for the last time here in the third quarter. There's Washington gonna try to float that one up off the back glass, and there's a foul. They'll send her to the line. All right, Townsend, 20 seconds left here.
Westside foul number 0.
She's on the line, shooting for two.
On the line, Danilo Washington.
And, I mean,
2 shots.
getting that second chance effort, but she was not able to make that first one. And if you're Dunlap Washington and you're all of a sudden not making those, that can get pretty frustrating for you. That can get into your head, and that's probably exactly what Westside wants.
I definitely agree with you there, and she's got 2 for 2 now, the charity stripe.
Returns for Westside.
The Warrior basketball here with 20 seconds left. The Warriors can kind of take their time here. He's got about 15 seconds remaining. Freeman. You see Strickland back out there now. Freeman off to Bush. Off to Jocelyn to Strickland. Strickland in the paint, and be a foul there now. Sending Strickland to the line. All right, 5 seconds remaining, Townsend. 5.5 seconds remaining. One will off the front iron and in, 47-42. One. Go for 2 for 2 now. 48-42, quite a big lead here still. The Warriors will remain dominant here in quarter 3. .5 seconds left for the Rockets to try to do something here. 3 seconds. And no good. That's the end of the third quarter. Alrighty, Townsend. Let's get another quick breakdown here. 48-42. What's your thoughts?
Westside still looking good. Here's Steve Craig, just slightly unfortunate because you weren't able to pull away anymore, but you're still with that 6-point lead. You know, I'm feeling pretty good if I'm a Westside fan here, and stressed out if I'm a Northeast fan.
We're going to take a quick break here on the WTV Live Network. We'll be back here shortly. Welcome you back to the WTV Live Network. But the Warriors lead 48-42. So far, Warriors still remaining dominant here. And it's fourth quarter action now.
Yeah, and for these Westside Warriors, I mean, are in the lead. Too close for comfort, though. 6-point lead. I mean, you just have to keep the pressure on. Just keep doing what's working.
Double dribble. The Warrior basketball once again. These are the final minutes here. 7 minutes of regulation left. There's Jenkins, gonna little floater blocked there. And Strickland will pick it back up once again. Off to Jenkins in the corner for three. No good. Strickland once again. Finding somebody to pass to. Long pass there will roll out of bounds on the baseline. Warrior basketball, and this tempo is picking back up.
And for Northeast, you know, maybe a little frustrating being so highly ranked, high expectations.
There's three for Jenkins.
Back to what I was saying, high expectations. You might be a little frustrated that you're down to a team that went 7-16 last year, but you just can't let that get to you. You just have to keep playing your game.
There's another one. For the Rockets. Strickland gonna grab that one there. There's some confusion there between the officials and both coaches. It's like Strickland picked it up there. I'm not. Well, nevertheless, it'll be Rocket basketball. Kind of a vital possession here. 51-45 is the Rockets want to get some sort of momentum going here. That's very vital. That one off the Warriors, off of Preister. That one in the corner for three, and it's good. Phillips for three. 51-48, that's what this team needs. Get back on the lead. Strickland for two. That one's good.
Is that it? If that was a three, I believe that ties the record. There's a foul on Jenkins there.
She'll go to the line. What a quick turn of events there, folks, as
and Northeast hitting those two clutch three-pointers to bring it from 9-3. All of a sudden, Kara Strickland with 30 points, 8 three-pointers, kind of putting that team on her back tonight in pursuit of a huge upset.
That one will rattle out. 30 points kind of sounds like the game over in Elkhorn right now.
With a Husker commit, 30 points in that one for Elkhorn North as they lead Platteview.
30 points were her own, 19. Bit of a dog pile there. Clean up in aisle 3. Wondering if there could have been a possible foul there. Some fans not too happy with the officiating there, but Sanaya Foster will now be back for the Warriors. That's that height that they need here going into these final minutes. In a worst case scenario, they can get up underneath the hoop with Foster.
Yeah, Sanaya Foster at 6'2". She's the one who they're going to want to be defending Dunlap and Washington.
Strickland, a bit of a pickle there, as the Rockets will lose control of that one there in between the legs, as Big Warrior basketball once again. Long pass there over to Strickland. Check that. We'll go off the Rockets.
Warriors, every possession from here on out is just huge for them. Only up 5. I mean, Lincoln Northeast showing a lot of fight left in them, a lot of gas left in the tank.
Foul there will send Foster to the line. A bit of a push there as another easy opportunity here for her to throw a few more points on that board. One right through the net. One off the front iron and no good. 1 for 2 from the charity stripe. And Lincoln Northeast looking for a foul there. Will not get it. 54-48. There's Washington off the bottom of the iron. Washington kind of lost her groove as the Warriors check that as that will send her to the line. She's looking for the N1, but no good. That one off the left iron there. And that one, 1 for 2 for Washington. And Strickland's going to bring this one back down. Here's Jenkins. Off to Cat. Over to Hagan. That one, no good. And it will go out. 4:41 left here in the fourth. 54-49 the score.
Big possession coming up here for the Lincoln Northeast Rockets, down 5.
That one will go out. The Rocket basketball here, shot clock at 24.
They're just one make away from making this a one-possession game.
There's Strickland. Ain't nobody gonna break her stride. It's a bit of a botched play there as Jenkins will recover there. Hagan off to Strickland. That one, a little too much power and into the baseline.
Yeah, but just a little too much height on that one, a little too much mustard on it.
Oh, 54-49 the score, folks. I mean, if you're a Rockets fan tuning into our broadcast, I mean, there's still hope for your team here. You're not down by far. Your team just has to keep their head down, keep fighting. And if you're a Warrior fan, this Warrior team just has to stay on top. There's Washington. Back up for 2.
Just a little bit of a defensive miscue there. And it results in
and there's the N1.
Washington getting to the basket.
54-51 the score. Washington on the charity stripe.
Danila Washington.
That one's good.
All of a sudden, just a 2-point game. A real nail biter here, real toss-up.
Jenkins for 3. No good.
Oh, just rimmed out right there. Costly miss.
Little jumper there, no good. Bush, jump ball.
Softball. Will be Rocky basketball.
And another costly miss there from Anderson. Got it passed right to her on the baseline, wide open. Chance for the tie and just couldn't get it to go down.
Miscommunication there, and that's the Rockets lead as Lincoln Northeast pulls ahead of the Warriors for the first time in a full quarter here.
And Yelania Bradley with a huge shot right there.
A big travel call there. It'll be Rockets basketball, and they're preparing for blast-off once again.
And all of a sudden, Lincoln
control.
Northeast, as you said, T-minus 3 minutes here.
Ground control to Major Tom. The Rockets timeout. We're going to take a quick break here on the WTV Live Network. We'll be back here momentarily. Welcome you back to the WTV Live Network where the Rockets lead 55-54. Kind of a important final 2 minutes and 56 seconds here for both teams as the game kind of comes down to this here. Rockets trying to make something happen here. Shot clock at 15. There's Jenkins putting a lot of pressure there. Gonna find her way into the paint. And one! Phillips. Major play action there. As this could be a major game-changing play here.
And they might just be able to stave off the huge upset brewing from the Westside Warriors as the Northeast Rockets have blasted off in these last couple minutes.
That one good.
I believe that is a 10-0 run now, and that is just awful for the Westside Warriors.
54-58 the score. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Jenkins off to Freeman. Freeman over Jenkins. Off there on Washington. Gonna stay with Westside. As this is a major possession here. Bush gonna try to get that one up. No good. Rockets just have to pace this game smart, use up that clock. Bush, great defense there as Warriors will get this one back.
Just got to take the smart shot here.
No good. The Rockets will bring this one back down. Down goes Jenkins. She'll get back up without any trouble, and the Warriors gonna.
Almost a costly mistake there from Freeman.
Shot clock at 23. Minute and 35 left on the clock. There's plenty of time to get this game back in the Warriors' hands. Strickland off to Jenkins. Strickland could set the three-point record here this evening. 5 seconds left. Jenkins has to do something here. Put that one up to Freeman.
And is that I believe that is a shot clock violation there, and that is not what you want to see at this time.
Shot clock reads 0.
Huge mistake there from the Westside Warriors.
Rocket basketball here.
Lincoln Northeast now just looking to put the nail in the coffin. Just trying to win this one.
That's one of those costly mistakes. I mean, mark my word, that's the second shot clock violation I've seen in high school basketball.
Yeah, since the inception of it last year.
Hagan trying to get something to happen there. Possession. Check that timeout. Lincoln Northeast, that'll be their last timeout. We're going to take a quick break here on the WTV Live Network. We'll be back here momentarily. We welcome you back after our quick timeout. 49.9 seconds remaining on the clock, folks. 54-58 the score. And the Rockets are on fire right now.
And all of a sudden, the momentum just shifted so much. Westside up 54-48, now 58-54, Lincoln Northeast. Now they're in control of their own destiny here.
All right, Sydney Hagan off to Bush, and Bush will get that one off to Jenkins. Peterson, 35 seconds left. Peterson for three, no good. The Rockets will bring this one back down and say goodbye to the shot clock. That one off the iron. Warriors gonna have to try to make something of it here, but the Rockets will stay with it there, and there's a foul.
And just 18.4 seconds to go. Desperation mode here for Westside. No shot clock. Just probably going to have to intentionally foul here. And try to create some openings when you're on offense. That's really the only way you can make some sort of comeback.
15 seconds remaining. Another foul there. Just been these final few fouls. The game started out with a lot of fouls. Just Reed now on the line. I mean, talk about this game as a whole, Townsend. Started out pretty foul heavy, and then the Warriors kind of found their groove and didn't make too many costly mistakes in the middle of the game. Now, coming towards the end of the game now, there's just been these kind of costly mistakes that have really just caused the demise here.
Now all of a sudden, down the stretch, when you need it the most, Westside in a lot of trouble here. Oh my goodness!
57-59.
What a clutch shot from Kastrick. Just what you needed there. I mean, what more can you ask for there? 59-54, put that in. Now all of a sudden there's a very real chance that they could be coming back down the floor. Oh my. So we will have to see if this is a 3 or a 2. That is going to be huge.
All right, folks, 6.5 seconds remaining. 56-59 as the scoreboard reads.
And I believe...
Was that a three-pointer or was that two? I'm not very sure.
Yeah, unfortunately for Westside, that may have been a 2.
Hard to see from up here, but...
I mean, of course, it could be worse than that, but that is not what you need, because that 1 point is a huge difference. All of a sudden, it's 59-56. Northeast just needs one shot to pretty much close it out. Just one free throw. But you have just a little more breathing room if it's 59-57. Huge decision here, and I think they're going to stick with 2.
They will remain 56-59. Westside in need of a 3-pointer here, but it'll be Rocket basketball, and
we're going to have to just create some sort of insane pressure, which it doesn't look like they were quite able to do.
I mean, even if it's a loss for this Warrior team, I mean, I am impressed, to say the least. I mean, this game, Townsend, they've been able to put up against a team, a number 7 ranked team in Class A, and this Westside team did not have their best season last year. So, I mean, just to have this here.
And there it is. I believe that may be the final dagger for the Lincoln Northeast Rockets. But as you were saying, very impressive showing from the Westside Warriors. Just at the beginning and the end stages of the game, too many costly mistakes in my opinion.
Westside timeout here, trying to scheme something up here. Trying to prolong this game.
Just trying to make something happen.
Don't go away, folks, as you may see on your screen, both boys basketball teams are getting ready to make the court and warm up. Don't go away, as we'll have game number 2 here on the WTV Live Network.
Still a big possession here for the Westside Warriors. You know, you get a 3 here, they still do have 5 seconds. It's not completely over, but it is a long shot.
Yeah, any final points here honestly just makes the final score look any better for this Westside team. But I mean, still, I'll say it again, I'm impressed by this team. This team has really found their groove. And they have this kind of depth on this team that they can kind of build kind of game by game, slowly get better, and eliminate those small mistakes. There's the final seconds here. That one out of bounds. 1.6 seconds left.
And I believe that will just about do it, barring some incredible miracle here.
One, no good. There you have it, folks. Our final score, 61-56 in favor of the Northeast Rockets. And Townsend, just walk through this whole game as a whole. Like, what did you like? What did you not like for both teams for me?
I believe that Westside showed they're very strong in the middle stages, but they still just need to work on that start and end. They just need to play the game completely, and that is where they will find a lot of success, in my opinion. But still a very strong showing. But it's a long game. You can't just be occasionally great. You have to be consistently good.
There you have it, folks. Our final score, 56-61. The Warriors will go 0-1. The Northeast Rockets 1-0. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning into our first part of the doubleheader. We'll be back here in a few minutes with the boys basketball game as they take the court to warm up. But from the broadcast booth, Ryan Kelly, Townsend, Holan, the entire rest of the WTV Live crew, thank you for tuning in, and do not go away.
Sportsmanship is facing every challenge in a competition and staying respectful through it all.
Good sportsmanship goes beyond the game. It starts with respect.
Showing good sportsmanship can not only represent yourself in a good way, but also your school and your community.
Sportsmanship means playing the game the right way and treating others fair and with respect.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here on the WTV Live Network. And yes, that's right. Boys basketball is back here in Nebraska. First game of the year, Westside takes on the Lincoln Northeast Rockets. Westside coming off a really strong season last year. They made it into the state, and then they ran into the absolute buzzsaw of Bellevue West, one of the best teams we've ever seen play high school basketball in Nebraska. But Westside is looking to continue to build off that team. They're returning a lot of starters, and this is their game that they really have to find their feet and get going early.
Yeah, I mean, you look at this Westside team, they're returning quite a few guys, and that's going to be really important. You know, some key guys, you look at C.J. Mitchell, Kevin Stubblefield. I mean, even Maddox Anderson's a great player, and Caleb Benning, obviously, the Nebraska recruit for football. And, I mean, you look at Lincoln Northeast, they're kind of down a lot of good players. You look at their players last year, they've lost a lot of people, so this is kind of a new Lincoln Northeast team we haven't really seen much of. So it's going to be interesting to see how well they play against this Westside team tonight.
And Westside, this is kind of their first technical real basketball game, but they just played Scott Catholic in an exhibition match last Saturday, and Westside nearly doubled their score rate, and Westside played an absolute amazing game, and they really had no struggles whatsoever. Ricky Lofton, C.J. Mitchell, Kevin Stubblefield all played really well, and they're looking like the team we're expecting this season.
Yeah, Westside played really good against Scott. Scott's not a bad team. They're a Class B team, obviously, but they're one of the better Class B teams that you can play. And I mean, specifically looking at Westside stats, you had C.J. Mitchell. He had 16 points, 7-11 from field goals. That's an amazing field goal percentage. 1-1 from three-point, 4 rebounds, and 2 steals. Steals are a big factor here for Westside. They like to get out in transition. So if they can get turnovers, forced turnovers, it's going to be really, really good for them on offense.
You mentioned steals there already, Aiden. Westside is one of the best defensive teams in the state. They're really going to look to pressure the ball, and they will not let you get the ball in the post. They're going to be up in your face, ball pressure all game, and if they get that ball, you've got to get back on defense because they will run up and down the court, and they will turn this into a track meet.
Yeah, they play a really fast-paced game. And the thing I love about Westside is they go straight man defense every game. I don't think I've ever seen Westside play a zone defense because they match up so well with every player. They're so athletic, they're so quick. They can play that man defense every game, unlike some teams where you have to go into a zone. But Westside's got that kind of special ability to play that man defense.
Like we said, Westside is returning a lot of players this year, and their starting lineup is one of the better we've seen at Westside in a long time. You got C.J. Mitchell, Kevin Stubblefield, Caleb Benning, Tyson Oddvadi, just a junior out there, and they're a really good starting five. They're going to work really well together, and they have some great chemistry already.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this Westside team this year. I think it's going to be fun to watch them. Hopefully they can make another playoff run. But, you know, the other thing to look at Westside is they have lost some key players. Like, you look at Tate Oddvadi, Kevin Brown, even Malik Crawford. Malik Crawford was one of their leading assisters last year, so, you know, you're going to have to look to C.J. Mitchell to kind of make those numbers up. And then Tate Oddvadi, he had the second most points on the team behind Kevin Stubblefield, 15.3 points per game. So you're going to have to look to someone else to score those points. And, you know, we see the stats, and you look at Ricky Lofton, he scored 14 points. Could he be the player to do that? We'll find out today.
That is going to be the biggest question mark for this Warriors team. Who's going to be able to step into that Tate Oddbody role and be able to go up and get buckets in a clutch situation? Who can Coach Simons look to when it's coming down to the wire to go get a bucket for him? But the one thing I really want to talk about, Aiden, is the height differential in tonight's matchup. Westside starters go 6'3", 6 foot, 6'4", 6'7", 6'1". But if you take a look at the Rockets starters, we have 5'11", 5'10", and then we go 5'11", 6'6" is their biggest guy, and then 6'4". But Westside is going to have that height advantage, and they're going to be all over the glass tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the height differential. Oddvadi's 6'7", and then you have Kaufman and Lerhoff around 6'6", 6'5" range. And, you know, they're going to match up pretty well down low, but when you look at the guard play, C.J. Mitchell's a lot taller than their guards. Caleb Benning is somewhat taller than the guards, and I think the biggest thing for me is Kevin Stubblefield. He's 6'4". He's going to probably dominate this play today, and I wouldn't be surprised if Lincoln Northeast goes into a zone early to kind of try and counter him driving the ball.
And Westside, they have a lot of great athleticism on their team. They're going to get up and down the court. Like we said, they might turn this into a track meet and just try to run the Rockets straight out of the gym.
Yeah, I mean, Westside plays a really fast game. I'm kind of curious to see how Lincoln Northeast plays this. If you play too slow, Westside's really going to catch you off guard. They're going to jump passes. They're, a good rebounding team. So it's going to be interesting to see how Lincoln Northeast is going to play this game. Do they play slow? Do they try and match Westside's tempo? It's going to be interesting.
And the two players that I really want to look out for tonight, Aiden, Ricky Lofton and Tyson Oddbody. Ricky Lofton, he missed much of last year with an ACL injury. He came back in the state playoff run and he played really well against that Bell West team that, like we said, one of the best we've seen. And Tyson Oddbody, in his first season in varsity basketball at high school, the brother of Tate Oddbody, who just graduated. And those two guys, they really might be the X factors for this Warriors team.
Yeah, I saw Tyson Oddbody play JV basketball last year. He suited up for some varsity games. Never really got to play that much, but he's a good player. He's 6'7". He's athletic. I'm pretty sure he can dunk. So it's gonna be fun to watch him, see where he plays. Really, I'm curious to see if they put him down low or if they put him up top. I would assume they'll put him up top because that's usually what they do with their offense. But it's gonna be interesting to see how well he can do against Lerhoff, who's also 6'6". So it's going to be a good matchup down low.
We're going to take a quick break here on the WTV Live Network. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups at the start of the first quarter.
For tonight's contest featuring the Lincoln Northeast Rockets and your Westside Warriors. Westside High School and Nebraska School Equipment Association promote good sportsmanship of students, athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, ethnic, sexist, or other intimidating comments or actions directed at officials, students, athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are asked for removal from the facility. Thank you for your cooperation and good luck to both teams. Let's introduce the starting lineups for tonight. We'll begin with the visiting Rockets of Lincoln Northeast. At guard by line number 2, Isaac Batch. At guard by team number 3, Easton Schweitzer. At guard by line number 13, Breckin Bilkey. At forward 6'6", number 14, Kyan Lenoff. And at forward 6'4", number 15, Cooper Kaufman. Head coach of the Rockets is Monty Ritchie, assisted by Matt Burke, Alex Olson, Carter Smith, Kevin Walker, and Charles Wesley. And now, the starting lineup for your Westside Warriors! At guard, 6'1", number 1, Ricky Lofton! At guard, 6'1", number 2, Taylor Bennett! At forward, 6'4", number 6, Kevin Sobelfield! At guard, 6'4", number 4, T.J. Mitchell! At forward, 6'7", number 6, Tyson Oddbody! This one to the Warriors is Jim Simon. This is our reporter, Mitchell, Nikki, James Anderson, and Carl Brown.
Welcome you back here on the WTV Live Network. I'm Zach Kastrick. I'm joined alongside Aiden Dunlap, Westside, Lincoln Northeast. We're expecting a good one. But something I really want to point out before this game starts is what a turnout for the first game of the year. We got a really deep student section, one of the deepest I've seen yet this year. Not a lot of students showed up for volleyball, but they really showed up for this week's basketball game.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big influence. When you look at volleyball, it wasn't a huge influence because you didn't have much of a crowd. But with this basketball crowd, it's going to be really tough for Lincoln Northeast to get things going. The crowd's going to be really loud, and I want to say that they're on the side of that student section right now.
Tyson Oddbody will win the tip. Caleb Benning will bring it up to start the night's game. Over to Mitchell. Benning back to the free throw. And there's Oddbody with an easy layup to start this game.
I'm surprised that Lincoln Northeast started in man. I thought they were going to start in zone because of how badly they match up against Westside.
Lotto tempo to begin this game already. Ball stuck in the corner. Mitchell grabs the ball up to Lofton. And Lofton with a crafty move at the rim. Unable to get it to go down. Rockets back up across half court. Lofton up on Switzer. Westside all over these Rockets to begin this game, deep into the territory. Back up top, the top of the key. That's Switzer for three, no good. Benning with the rebound. Up to Mitchell. Mitchell will drive it, take it himself, and he turn it over. 2-on-2 for now for the Rockets. Pump fake from Switzer, and he'll go up off the glass and good. Northeast ties this right back up.
Yeah, it looked like two Westside defenders kind of miscommunicated their man there, and now Lincoln Northeast is going to go with some pressure.
A little bit of full court press. Westside struggling to break it, gets it across. There's Stubblefield. Oddbody in the corner, and it's good. Tyson Oddbody starts it off hot.
That's definitely not what I expected from Tyson Oddbody to shoot a corner three. What an amazing shot right there.
Good defense by Mitchell. Take it in on a reverse layup, just absolutely straight out of bounds. So Westside with a good start, up 5-2 with 6:31 left to play.
I will say though that this game has started a little shaky. Quite a few turnovers for both teams. You know, that'll kind of settle down. The shakiness will go away after a little bit, but
Lincoln Northeast brings in almost an entire new lineup, 4 new guys. Kind of what we expected with a really brand new team. Dangerous pass by Benning, but Mitchell will be fouled right at the corner of half court in the sideline.
Yeah, they kind of ran a little zone press there, and it actually worked pretty well. They almost got a turnover there, but Westside's going to keep the ball.
A lot of pressure to begin early by both teams. Mitchell will inbound here for the Warriors. Benning will go back on the opposite side of half court to catch this one in. Mitchell is trapped in the corner, and he has to get it back to Benning. There's Stubblefield at the top of the key, and that one's turned over by Stubblefield. The Rockets push the ball back up the floor, and pull up from Mo Adbalba, no good. Another close to turnover there for Mitchell. Up to Lofton. Lofton takes it straight to the hole, and one. Ricky Lofton takes it himself.
Yeah, that's the guy we were talking about. He had 14 against Scott. Transferred from Omaha South about 2 years ago. He's a really good scorer, and he's going to be really, really important for this team after losing Tate Oddbody. As you can see right there, he got the hand one.
Maddox Anderson will check in the game for the Warriors. Caleb Benning will go back to the bench for a breather. The free throw from Lofton is good. Westside starts this game up 8-2. Down to the post, Oddbody up in there, and wide open three for Jefferson is no good. Anderson pushing the ball up. He'll slow it down to set the offense up. Back to Mitchell at the key. Into the corner for Anderson. Off the back rim, no good. And Oddbody gets the offensive rebound. He'll go right back up, and it's good. Tyson Oddbody gets his hands all over this game early.
Lincoln Northeast was really confused. There was a couple guys switching on and off. Not great defense.
Good defense there from Lofton, pickpocketing Jefferson. And there we go, another almost new, fresh lineup for the Rockets. They're rotating through players left and right.
Yeah, it almost reminds me of kind of hockey substitutions where they rotate lines. They're rotating the whole lineup. It's kind of interesting to see.
There's Thatch with the ball over to the corner. A lot of ball pressure early from the Warriors still. Switch defense on the screens. Healy out on defense. There's Thatch once again for the Rockets. Healy with the ball pressure. He's all over Thatch's face. And Thatch will go up, and great defense by Healy. And Anderson will bring the ball. There's Lofton down. He's going to drive, and a little bit of push-off move gets him open. Westside up 12-2 with 4:50 left to play in the first quarter. Thatch with a spin move gets Mitchell off for the time being. Back over. Lotta just nowhere to go. And that pull-up is good. Cooper Kaufman.
Yeah, it was just a nice ball screen up top. He got wide open.
And that's going to be a blocking foul there on Kaufman.
as Westside was trying to get the ball across half court.
Yeah, so far this is a pretty aggressive game. We've seen a couple of fouls. Both teams are playing really hard, really fast, so you're going to kind of get those fouls in between.
Mitchell will set up the offense for the Warriors. Mitchell into the corner for Anderson. Anderson looking still in the corner. He'll get it down to Stubblefield. Stubblefield goes up and he's blocked from behind. Ball goes out of bounds off the Warriors. They'll keep possession. And there's 5 more new guys for the Rockets as they rotate lines.
That is really interesting. I mean, I guess it's kind of a new feel thing, just trying to see who you want to play, but I don't think I've ever seen anything like this in basketball before.
It's like we got A and B team. Right now their B team is out there. No starters out there right now for the Rockets.
It's really interesting. We'll see what Westside does here. Probably a couple ball screens and just try and get an open 3 or an open layup.
Mitchell looking for the inbound, and he'll toss that one into Stubblefield, and he'll go up. Kevin Stubblefield with 2.
Yeah, it's just a great screen, inbound play, set play. It's a great job by Westside.
Teneper, dribble handoff. Now Abalda, and he'll go up. A good move by Abalda, and he'll get on the scoreboard. 14-7. Mitchell takes it coast to coast. Toss down to Stubblefield. Stubblefield goes up. The little bit of contact, no call. The Rockets come down with the rebound. Abalda pushing up. And Abalda chucks up a shot, no good. In the paint, good board. And there's Eli Ash, gets on the board, 14-9 now. Stubblefield pushing up into the corner for Anderson, and that 3 is no good off back iron. Rebound to the Rockets.
Westside's rushing a little bit too here, and they're not doing great at rebounding on the defensive side.
There's Abalda, and he'll dribble that one out of bounds, and he'll try to throw it off the Warrior defender. He's unable to. The Rockets will rotate lines once again, 5 new players. We see the starting lineup go back out now.
Yeah, I mean, Westside's kind of rushing things now. Lincoln Northeast has kind of started to get their way into this game. They're feeling it, and it just was not a great job. Not kind of a pull-up 3, not something you really want to take in transition like that.
Healy dribbles the ball up for the Warriors. He backtracks. He finds Trell Snoddy. Snoddy dribbling around, keeping the possession alive. Anderson in the corner now, and he dribbles around back into the post. There's Healy, pull up from the top of the key. Off front rim, no good. Anderson with the offensive board. He'll dribble back down to the block. Looking. He finds Lofton in the post. Great pass by Anderson. And he'll rack up an assist. Thatch looking at the top of the key. He'll dribble down to the block. A lot of contact, and they'll call a foul there on Maddox Anderson.
Yeah, it's just a good drive, good body foul. It wasn't able to finish for the and one, but they're actually going to call it on the floor. Never mind. So
Thatch will inbound for the Rockets. And he finds Switzer. Switzer pull up from the 3. No good. Snooty with the rebound. Up to Healy. Healy takes it to the chest, and that's going to be a travel on Carson Healy. Good defense back there by Cooper Kaufman.
Yeah, that one was a pretty easy call for the refs. He kind of it looked like he really hesitated. They wanted a foul, but they didn't get it.
Lofton with good defense, and he'll try and pickpocket. No good. Dribbling around, there's Thatch. Gets a screen, and that's going to be an offensive foul, moving screen on Cooper Kaufman, and Warriors will regain possession.
Yeah, you have to have your feet set there. You can't move your feet on the screen. Otherwise, that's going to be an offensive foul, and it just happens right there.
And there we go, another line change for the Northeast Rockets. We've probably seen that 6 or 7 times already, and we're still have 2:30 left in the first quarter. Benning crosses the timeline, finds Oddbody. There's Anderson in the corner. Yes, sir! Maddox Anderson with a corner 3. Down to the block, there's Fredericks, and he'll go off the glass and good. More pressure for the Rockets. Westside trying to cross the timeline. Benning on the far side, back to Snoddy. They need to get across the timeline. And there we go, there's a 10-second violation. Good defense there by the Rockets.
Yeah, that's a really good press. I mean, they have the 2 outside guys basically playing a trap on whoever's getting the ball, and the middle guy just has to run all the way over to the side, and he's trapping, and it just worked really well.
Jefferson will cross the timeline for the Rockets. 30 on the shot clock. Balda into the paint. Healy stops him from going up, and Benning gets behind.
Help comes late, and an offensive rebound and up for Eli Ash.
Yeah, the offensive rebounds have been a big problem for Westside so far.
Anderson is wide open in the corner. He doesn't find Oddbody, and he'll go up himself. Left-handed Maddox Anderson with a great floater. Down to the block is Fredericks, and he's going to travel at the block. Good help defense there from Oddbody.
Yeah, he just picked his right pivot foot up, and that's always going to be called a travel. You can't pick that pivot foot up, and does exactly that. We're going to see more pressure, though, of Lincoln Northeast. This kind of zone trap press.
They get the ball into Benning. Over to Mitchell now. They find Oddbody. There's Snotty. And Snotty with the body foul. He draws contact. So Snotty will go to the line to shoot 2.
I wouldn't be surprised if Lincoln Northeast drops this press soon or even just goes to a man press, because Westside has basically found out how to beat it, and they're basically getting free shots, free layups, free threes, and it's not working out too well for Northeast.
Snotty, a senior here on this Westside team. He makes the first one, 22-13. And this Westside team is nearly all players returning. No transfers really on this team. We've seen a lot of people complain about the Westside football team reloading year after year with transfers, but this basketball team has just built a program from the bottom up. Mitchell with good defense. Switzer passed the ball. Snooty taps it out of bounds. 1:08 remaining here in the first quarter. Westside up 22-13. The Rockets struggling to get the ball inbound. They'll get it inbounds. There's Switzer. Down into the bling now. The ball passed back out to Switzer. Switzer over to Kaufman. Down into the block now. Gets the ball back out to Kaufman. Kaufman with dribbling. 3 on the shot clock. 2-1. He'll have to put it up. And a good turnaround jumper from Kaufman.
That's just a great shot. That was great defense, but that was an amazing shot.
Snooty now over to Oddbody in the corner. Oddbody's 3. Yes, sir! Tyson Oddbody with 2 threes to start this game already.
He's already got 10 points. 10 points in the first quarter for Westside. That's huge.
Mitchell with good on-ball defense. He'll draw a little too much contact there. Lincoln Northeast with 5 fouls to Westside's 1, and we'll see another substitution line change for the Rockets. Complete new lineup.
Yeah, this has been one of the weirdest first quarters I think I've ever watched. I don't think I've ever seen a basketball team sub-5 in and out. That is something I've never seen before.
Kind of reminds me of like 6th grade, 4th grade basketball, where you just try and keep the lungs fresh for the players. Dribbling at the top of the key is Jefferson. Over to Albalda. Albalda with a strong drive to the paint and a left-hand jumper, no good. Offensive rebound for the Rockets, no good. They keep putting it up, and Westside loose ball on the floor. Benning comes up with it, and they toss it out. There's the end of the quarter. Westside takes the first quarter 25-15. A good start for the Westside Warriors.
Yeah, I mean, the things I'd take away is Westside's done a good job of playing transitionally. They played really good in the fast break. But the worst thing about that Westside's done so far is their rebounding. They've been terrible on the defensive board. They really need to work on that for the second quarter. Lincoln Northeast is still trying to kind of get into this game. We'll see if they can do that in the second quarter.
We're going to take a break here on the WTV Live Network. We'll come back with the rest of the first half, the second quarter, when we come back. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. Aiden Dunlap alongside me. I'm Zach Kastrick. Westside up 25-15 after the first quarter. Tyson Oddbody, the storyline in this game. 10 early points already.
Yeah, Tyson Oddbody has played really good. He's made 2 threes. He's got a couple good post-ups, and he's been really impressive so far. Honestly, really struck me.
Couple of dribble handoff for the Rockets. Now, They'll take it in the paint. Good move there, but no able to go up as Fredericks. Benning pushes the pace. He'll find Mitchell in the corner. Mitchell into the post now. Stubblefield at the top of the key. And it's good. Stubblefield with all nylon. Westside up 28-15.
Yeah, Stubblefield's been quiet, so that's a good thing that they're getting him going.
Quick pull-up from the free throw line. No good for Lenhoff. Up to Mitchell. And that one's good. Lay-in for C.J. Mitchell.
That was a beautiful job. I mean, they get the rebound, and there's 3 guys just sprinting down the floor. That's an easy bucket. Those are the buckets that Westside's looking for.
Healy on the defense. There's Fredericks. He'll go up. Good move from Grant Fredericks. Rockets close the lead to 13. Westside struggling to get the ball across the key. They find Stubblefield. Over to Healy in the corner. His three-point attempt. Too long. Fredericks with the rebound. Rockets cross the timeline. There's Jefferson. He'll pick his dribble up into the middle of the key now. There's Kuhn. And he'll go up off the backboard. He can't even draw rim. Stubblefield with the board. He'll push the ball up. There's Lofton bending into the corner. His three-point attempt off the back rim. No good. Tip out to Mitchell. Mitchell dribbles baseline. He'll find Lofton. Deep three for Lofton. Rims in and out.
Just like to mention, Northeast is now in a 2-3 zone, by the way, so they're going to have 2 guys up top, 3 down low, and that's really going to be...
Pull-up 3 from Abalda is good, and we'll get a timeout from Lincoln Northeast. Coach Ritchie calls that timeout. We're going to take a quick break here on the WTV Live Network. 6:16 remaining in the second quarter. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. Zach Kastrick, Aiden Dunlap. Westside up 30-20, 6:16 remaining here in the first half. Westside is on fire from 3 right now.
Yeah, and I think there's 2 things you need to look at here. One, Lincoln Northeast is going to push their trap back a little deeper so Westside can't push up. And they're also going to be playing a 2-3 zone to try and limit those drives from Westside.
Lofton will bring the cross to the half-court line. And Lofton with a Euro step in the paint, and it's good. Good move from Ricky Lofton. Ricky Lofton with the closeout, and that affects the shot. And there's Healy falling to the ground, and that'll be last out of bounds on Carson Healy. Rockets will retain possession, down 12 with 5:54 here in the second quarter.
Yeah, I think Westside's done a good job defensively. The only problem for them has been defensive rebounding. Lincoln Northeast has had a lot of offensive rebounding.
Thatch struggling to get the ball in bounds. He finally gets the ball in bounds to Schweitzer. And Schweitzer steps across the line. That's a backcourt violation. Westside will get the ball back.
Yeah, that's just an awareness thing. It was a little bit of an overthrown pass, and it was kind of difficult for him to get his feet down.
Benning with the ball now. They'll get the ball across. There's Mitchell. Mitchell dribbling. He's doubled. Finds Stubblefield at the top of the key, and that's a turnover. Lincoln Northeast looking to get on the board. Got to keep the momentum going. There's Thatch now for the Rockets. Over to White. And that's a dangerous pass to the top of the key, and there's a foul on C.J. Mitchell. C.J. Mitchell playing relatively really good defense, and it reminds me of his older brother, Sharif Mitchell, former Creighton guard, now at Ohio University. He is playing absolute suffocating defense for the Warriors right now.
Yeah, Sharif is definitely a great player for Creighton. Not a guy you would notice on the score sheet a lot, but a great defensive guy.
And there's an interception by Lofton, and up on the back, and Lofton gets pickpocketed, going back the other way. And stepping out of bounds is Schweitzer. Westside will regain possession underneath the basket.
Yeah, it looked like Lofton kind of tripped up there. He was maybe looking too far ahead towards that layup, but it does remain Westside ball.
Starters in, except for Maddox Anderson for the Warriors. He'll have the ball in the corner. His three, it's good. Maddox Anderson with his second 3 of the game. Rockets push the pace. Mitchell playing his suffocating defense. A little bit of a push-off move. Gets the layup wide open. Caden Kuhn.
Yeah, that was a really nice up and under from a big guy.
More pressure by the Rockets. They get the ball across. There's Mitchell into the corner for Anderson. Anderson's three, no good this time. Rebound down to Teneper. Into the wide open. There's Eli Ash. Good pass up front. And Coach Simons has to call a timeout. The lead down to 11, 4:46 here remaining in the first half.
Yeah, I think the interesting thing for Lincoln Northeast is they haven't really switched their lineup at all like they did in the first quarter. I think maybe they've kind of found what they want to do, and it's been working pretty well. They've had a decent little run here, so it's going to be interesting to see if that can continue.
We'll take a quick break here on the WTV Live Network. Never mind, that was a quick timeout, Aiden. Coach Simon's getting ready to break the huddle. We'll stay right here. 4:46 here in the first half remaining. Westside up 11. And Maddox Anderson and Tyson Oddbody really getting from range.
Yeah, Oddbody's already got 2 threes. Anderson has 1 or 2. And this Westside team has actually really impressed me from 3 so far. We'll have to see what Lincoln Northeast decides to do about that, whether that's a zone or just keep playing man.
Stubblefield now for the Warriors. They'll dribble the ball up. Less pressure here with 4:41. There's Mitchell. He'll find Stubblefield. Back to Mitchell once again. The pressure comes out, double team, finds Lofton on the far side. Back to Mitchell, still at the top of the key. They find Stubblefield at the block, and he'll travel. He did a little 360, you can't do that. And Lincoln Northeast will regain possession, down 11 now. Dribbling across the timeline, there's Jefferson. Now a ball up for the, there's a pickpocket there, and Stubblefield will slam it home. Kevin Stubblefield with the slam.
I was waiting for a dunk to happen from him. He's super athletic.
Dribbling all around, can't find anybody. Now Jefferson. Deep pull-up from the Rockets, no good. Good box out by Stubblefield. He'll push the pace now. He'll find Mitchell, and too far. Mitchell can't corral it.
Yeah, I think he had 2 choices to decide from there, like Mitchell and Lofton on the left, and he kind of was hesitating, and then he just kind of threw a bad pass low, unable for Mitchell to get it.
Schweitzer. Thatch will bring the ball up for the Rockets. Betting on the defense. Over now to Schweitzer. He'll pull up from 3. No good. Good board, though, by the Rockets. Wilkie with the offensive board. He'll toss it back out now. Over to Wilkie once again. Nowhere for him to go. He finds Thatch. There's Schweitzer. And that one's pickpocketed and no good. Maddox Anderson will draw the foul at half court. 3:26, Westside up 13. Westside will have a sideline inbounds now. Caleb Benning will inbound the ball. Lofton inbounds the ball to Caleb Benning. Benning across the timeline. There's Lofton now. He'll find Oddbody in the corner. And down to the block, there's Stubblefield. And good move by Stubblefield, ungood. And there's Oddbody with the cleanup. Can't get it to go. And finally pulls down the board. Good board there by Thatch, and he'll draw the foul. Tyson Oddbody commits the foul.
Yeah, they had 2 opportunities there, a second chance and a third chance to put the ball in, and just unable to finish at the rim. That's big for Westside. You've got to be able to finish those easy layups because you don't get those very often.
Thatch now will cross the timeline for the Rockets. Dribbling still is Thatch. He'll find down to the elbow. Thatch pulls up from 3, short arms, into the corner and out of bounds.
Yeah, Lincoln Northeast is kind of chucking up a lot of threes now. I feel like they think they're really behind, and they're actually going to do another line switch here. A whole new lineup again, so we'll have to see what they decide to do here.
This is the non-starters here. 5 new guys. They're playing 10 deep right now, Aiden. Healy will cross the timeline for the Warriors. He'll pass the ball to Snood. Snood finds Benning, and there's a hard foul by Ibalda running over Caleb Benning. That looked like Caleb Benning was coming across the field and lighting somebody up from the safety position.
Yeah, that was a pretty easy foul to call. I mean, he kind of just bulldozed over him, so pretty easy one.
Snood gets the inbound. 32 on the shot clock, 2:42 on the game clock. And Oddbody unable to corral that one. Rockets pushing the pace. There's Albalda, and a left-hand floater No good. A couple of bounces off the rim, and Anderson comes down with the board. Up to Snood. Snood now at the wing. Looking, finds Healy. Healy spins out of that defender, finds Anderson in the corner, and that three is off the side of the backboard, no good. Physical downplay there by dribbling, pulls up from three, and he's blocked by Anderson. Benning up to Anderson now, and Anderson will lay that one up and home. Good transition offense by the Warriors.
Yeah, Westside's defense is getting them a lot of points, and that's really what's been working for them, so it's great that they were able to find him.
And there's a crafty move in the paint. Grant Fedricks with the up and under. Benning will slow the pace down with 1:45 remaining in the first half. There's Snood now in the corner, back up to Benning, over to Healy, into the corner for Anderson. Anderson back to the top of the key. There's Snood in the corner. His three is good. Trell Snood. Snood now on the defense, and there's going to be a foul there on Snood. He doesn't like the call, but nonetheless, another line change for the Rockets. The starters will come back into the game. 42-26, the Warriors jump back out to a big lead.
Yeah, defensively, Northeast is in a kind of a 2-3 zone trap. Zone.
Unable to get the ball in, they find Schweitzer. Schweitzer will dribble out of the corner. Lofton with the suffocating defense. Over to Jefferson, and there's a three, no good. Rebound by Lofton. Lofton will push the pace. 1-on-4 over to Snood, and he's stopped with the wrong foot. So there's a turnover there on Trell Snood. Sideline inbound, 1:05 remaining here in the first half. Westside by 16. Thatch crosses the timeline. He'll push it all the way to the block, and there's a charge. Kevin Stubblefield steps in and draws that charge.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with this Westside defense. That's a good job, good awareness, setting your feet, getting your feet down, making sure you don't move your feet, taking the foul. It hurts. I've taken a charge before. It's not very fun, but it's for the team, and he does exactly what he needs to right there.
Back over to Stubblefield now. Over to Snood, far side. Find Lofton. Over to Stubblefield now in the corner. He'll dribble back out. Lofton now slips, gets his footing back. There's Stubblefield, and he'll go a little up and under move, no good. 36 seconds remaining here. Rockets with possession. There's Thatch. He'll dribble all the way down. Good pass there, and he'll find the wide open Kyan Lenhoff. Over to Healy now. Healy with a hesitation move. Finds Snood. Pretty pass there from Carson Healy. And they push that pace, and that one goes out of bounds. 13 seconds remaining here. Last chance for the Warriors.
Yeah, if I'm Westside, I'm definitely going to hold this ball for a last-second shot. You don't want Lincoln Northeast to get anything else. They've been doing a good job defensively. See if they can't try and break that zone that they're in and get a nice three-point shot or just any open shot, really.
C.J. Mitchell looking for the inbound for the Warriors. He finds Lofton. Pace slow, down to 10 seconds to remain. Lofton crosses the timeline, finds Mitchell. Lofton now at the top of the key. 3-2. Lofton puts it up, no good. And that's the end of the half. Westside will go into the locker room up 44-28. What a dominant first half by the Westside Warriors.
Yeah, I think the thing for Westside that's been the best is their defense. They've played man the whole half, and they've done a great job of getting into transition and getting good layups. And, you know, the other thing that you have to look at for Westside is the rebounding got a lot better in the second quarter. It wasn't perfect, but it was pretty decent. So that really helped them. And Lincoln Northeast have not been able to hit many shots. We'll see if they can hopefully get a better field goal percentage going in the second half.
We're going to take a quick break here on the WTV Live Network. We'll be back in a few minutes to discuss that first half. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. I'm Zach Kastrick. I'm joined alongside Aiden Dunlap tonight. Westside with a dominant first half. Oddvadi, Lofton, and Anderson get all over the scoreboard early with 10, 10, and 8. What did you see out of that first half?
You know, I saw some good, really the thing that led to Westside's offense was their defense. Their defense was amazing. They were forcing a lot of turnovers, a lot of bad shots, and that kind of led to their transition game where they were able to make a lot of easy shots and get a lot of open shots. And that's really how they scored most of the time. Honestly, when they had normal offensive possessions, I felt that they struggled a lot unless they were getting into that kind of area, that zone-beating area in the corners from that 2-3, because Lincoln Northeast was basically running a 2-3 trap where they had two guys trapping the ball up top, and when Westside was able to kind of quickly pass the ball around, they would get an open three in the corner, and they were making those a lot. So I think if Lincoln Northeast goes back to that 2-3, then you have to continue to do that, continue to try and get the ball to people like Maddox Anderson, Kevin Stubblefield, Caleb Benning, CJ Mitchell in the corners so they can make those shots, because we've seen that they can make them. I mean, Maddox Anderson, he's got 10 points. Oddvadi's made 2 in the corner as well, so that's really, really big if they can continue that.
I love the way you described the defense there, Aiden. You kind of called it a 2-trap 3-zone defense. It's almost like a 1-3-1, but instead of one back, you have him up top, and you have one guy up top on the ball, and then the other one coming to help on defense to trap it. But Westside has found a great job looking opposite, finding the open guy, and leading to a lot of transition and easy threes.
Yeah, and another thing Lincoln Northeast has also done is they've been running a press. They've had 3 guys kind of in the middle of the court by the 3-point line, where the outside guys would basically play the ball, and the middle guy would basically be the trap guy. So whoever got the ball on either side would go over there and trap the guy, and then he'd have to run to the other side when the ball gets passed. And we actually saw it work once. They got a 10-second violation one time. Westside kind of figured out how to beat that, and that actually helped them a lot, because once they beat that press, they had numbers on the other side of the court, and they were able to do their transition game. Whenever Westside gets into their transition game is when they're at their best, because they know how to play transition basketball.
The Rockets come back on the floor. They're down 16. They got quite a hole to dig out of if they want a chance in this game. We're going to take a quick break here, and when we come back, we'll have the rest of the game. Welcome back here on the WTV Live Network. Aiden Dunlap alongside me. I'm Zach Kastrick. Westside with a 16-point lead. Aiden, what does Lincoln Northeast have to do to dig themselves out of this hole?
Well, I'd say the biggest thing for Lincoln Northeast is I'd slow the game down. I know they want to play fast just like Westside, but when Westside's playing in transition, I've already said it, that's when they're at their best. That's where they've scored most of their points. They really have not had a huge success on playing just normal offense on their defense. So if you can slow the game down, make sure you're getting good shots off, make some big three-pointers, you're going to need them, then you're going to be good. I mean, if I was Lincoln Northeast, I'd probably drop the press just so you can stop that transition, because that's when they're getting those buckets. So Lincoln Northeast really needs to figure out a way to beat that man defense of Westside. Westside has been playing amazing defensively. And if they can do that.
The Westside offense looks almost identical to last year, pushing the pace, getting in transition, getting those easy buckets, and just being able to build off their lead. Coach Simons has almost done no changes to this Westside offense, and they've just built on whatever they have and just gotten even better. Players come back out on the court. Westside will start this half with the ball. Up 16. All starters back in for both teams.
Let's begin the second half.
It looks like they're going 2-3 again.
Mitchell will cross the timeline. There's Benning now at the block. Up to Lofton. Lofton with a dribble stutter step. There's Benning down at the block. Good defense there, but Benning with a great floater.
Yeah, that was a great contact finish from Benning.
There's Thatch now crossing the timeline. Stubblefield on defense now. And now want to go out of bounds on Tyson Oddbody. .24 on the shot clock here for the Rockets. Thatch will inbound. Thatch looking. He'll get to the top of the key. There's Wilkie. Wilk looking. He can't find anybody. Oddbody all over him. There's Schweitzer now. Schweitzer with a good move. Hangs in the air, and he'll get a layup. There's still that press there for the Rockets. They get it across to Lofton. Lofton loses his footing, regains it. There's Benning now, down to Stubblefield. Dribbles back out. Benning catches the ball over to Oddbody. Oddbody's three. It's up and good. Tyson Oddbody with all the nylon in this game.
Yeah, that's 13 points now for Oddbody. That's his third three.
Dribble penetration there by Brandon Wilkie. He'll draw the foul on Caleb Benning.
Oh, Lincoln Northeast again is going to line switch. So
I think we're going to start calling that line B, the non-starters. The starters just come out of the game. So we have line A, line B. Line B out there right now for the Rockets. There's Fredericks. He'll dribble spin out. That floater is no good. Mitchell with the rebound. And that pass, Aaron, as the Rockets come up with it. There's Kuhn now. He'll pull up. Front iron. Easy board there for Fredericks, and he'll go up with the reverse layup.
That's just bad boxing out by Westside. You got to notice that guy on the backside, and you got to get a body on him. Otherwise, they're going to have easy layups like that.
Oddbody now in the corner. He'll pull up once again. Tyson Oddbody, yes, sir!
That's his fourth three. He now has 16 points. Oddbody is looking like Tate Oddbody.
And there's Lofton with the pick, and he'll go home. There's a pick, 6 for 2. Westside 54-32.
Yeah, that was quick. They've opened this one up pretty quickly. It was 16, now it's 22.
Benning with good defense, and Albalda, what a great move there to get up and in. Lofton now gets across to Benning. Over to Oddbody once again. Oddbody, 3 straight threes. Tyson Oddbody, what a performance.
That's his 5th three. I don't know if he's missed one yet. Maybe 1 3 missed.
And there's a brick there from Albalda. And Mitchell wide open, and he'll lay it up and in. There's a home run pass.
Yeah, I just want to say it. Oddbody now has 19 points, and it's only the third quarter. Still 5 minutes left in the third quarter. That's amazing.
There's another 3 from Kuhn, and that one's good. Caden Kuhn stops the bleeding for the time being. The Rockets call a timeout, But what a start by Tyson Oddbody in this second half.
Yeah, Westside's again doing a great job in transition. They're getting the ball to their playmakers. Oddbody's now made 5 threes, which is unbelievable. I mean, if you asked me coming into this game if I thought Tyson Oddbody was going to make 5 threes, I would have said no way. But he has made 5 threes, and that's unbelievable.
Tyson Oddbody showing why he's the new starter on this Westside team. And he is absolutely playing lights out and shooting insane from beyond the arc. 5:22 here in the third quarter. Westside up 59-37. Mitchell will inbound the ball for the Warriors. There's Mitchell into Stubblefield. Mitchell catches the ball as he crosses the logo. Over to Healy now. Healy with a step, and a little too many steps there for Carson Healy.
Yeah, folks, you don't get a gather step in high school or college. That's an NBA only thing. So he took 3, and 3 is too many.
There's Thatch now. Thatch has the ball into the corner now. There's a contested 3, up and out, and there's going to be a foul on the rebound. That's going to be a shooting foul. Shooting 2 free throws is Brennan Wilk.
Westside's got to do better rebounding. Their rebounding so far in the second half has been really bad. They did okay in the second quarter. First quarter was similar to this. They've got to rebound the ball better.
There's something you'd hope the Westside would be better at with all the height they have as Wilkie makes that first free throw. Stubblefield 6'4", Carson Healy 6'4", Lofton out there, he's 6'3", so a lot of height out there for the Warriors, just unable to come down with the rebounds. That free throw is no good. Wilkie goes 1 for 2 from the line. Stubblefield now at the top of the key, into the corner for Anderson. Up to Mitchell. There's Lofton now at the three-point line. Good pass there from Lofton, down to Stubblefield.
That was a great job. They just anticipated the trap, and they were able to find the open guy.
Lofton looking for the steal, still dribbling on the ground now. There's Thatch over to Schweitzer, and the floater from Schweitzer is good. 61-40. Stubblefield now with the ball for the Warriors, over to Lofton. Back to Stubblefield, looking to cross the half-court line. Stubblefield gets across. There's Mitchell with the ball now, dribbling into the paint. Healy now with the ball at the block, and Healy goes up, and he is fouled. Carson Healy gets 2 free throws.
Yeah, that was an amazing sequence from C.J. Mitchell. He went behind the back. He was able to break basically through 3 defenders, and then he just had a little nice dump-off pass to Healy, and Healy goes up and gets fouled. He'll shoot 2.
Healy's first free throw. That one's good. 62-40. Westside up by 22 with 4:21 in the third quarter.
Looks like line A is coming in here, Zach.
There's the starters. This is actually line B, Aiden.
Line B, my bad.
Line B. So the non-starters in is Healy's with his second free throw. That one's good. Carson Healy goes 2 for 2 from the line. Albalda now with the ball. Healy on the defense. Albalda drives straight into his chest, turns around. Albalda get the ball back now. Down to the block. Good defense there from Carson Healy. He'll tap the ball out of bounds.
Lincoln Northeast could use a big inbound play here. A couple of screens. Try and get an open 3 here.
Inbounding the ball is Jefferson. Still yet to find anybody. Gets the ball in bounds. Into the block. Fans wanted to travel. They don't call it. Going up is Albalda. That one's no good. Tipped around. Lofton comes down with the board. Up to Healy, and his layup is good. Carson Healy, coast to coast.
Yeah, that's just great transition basketball again.
Jefferson now dribbling for the Rockets. In the paint, Lofton gets a steal. Looking up ahead to Anderson. Anderson with another layup. Good transition back-to-back for the Warriors. They're up 27. And that one is tossed straight out of bounds. That one's rejected by Carson Healy.
Carson Healy's a good player, man. He's had some good defensive plays, good offensive plays. He's been a really kind of an underdog that I didn't expect to see this season, and he's been good for the Warriors so far.
Westside's going to go with one of their bigger lineups, Carson Healy and Ottawadi both in the game. And that one's going to be a foul on Carson Healy and 1 for Grant Fedricks. Fedricks will be at the line looking to convert the old-fashioned three-point play down 25. Fedricks is and 1 free throw. That one's off the back rim, no good. Substitutions ready to come for the Rockets. Healy with the ball now. He'll find Snooty. Up to Lofton. Over to Anderson in the corner. Baseline drive. Healy at the top of the key. He'll dribble over to Oddbody, and Oddbody will go up and off the glass. Tyson Oddbody with another bucket. Lofton bites on that pump fake. Good spin move, but Lofton will rip the ball out. Lofton all the way down, over to Snooty, back to Lofton. Lofton goes up off the glass. Good two-man offense between Snooty and Lofton. Wide open three there for the Rockets. That one's off the front rim, no good. Healy with the rebound. Tap back out to Lofton now. Lofton dribbling up over to Anderson in the corner. His three-point. Yes, sir! Maddox Anderson from three.
Westside is just killing them in transition right now. It's a 32-point lead now. It's unbelievable.
Transition points is off the charts now for the Warriors. Oddbody with the on-block defense. Good defense, picking up the dribble now. Turnaround floater, no good. Eli Ash can't get it to go. Healy now dribbling the ball up the court, and he'll take it all the way himself up to the rim. Over to Tyson Oddbody in the corner. No good. You heard the crowd wanting that one.
That was a little bit of a heat check. He's made 5 already. Can't make them all.
Albaldo now with the ball, and he'll go into the paint. Behind the back pass, there's a three-pointer, no good by Teneper. Healy with the ball, and he'll draw the foul on Jefferson, and the subs come in. A good time for the subs to come in. A lot of huffing and puffing out now on the court.
Yeah, you can tell Lincoln Northeast is gassed. I mean, this Westside team has just been running down, up and down the court all game, and they are really tired. They were not ready for basically a track meet.
There's Benning now looking. He'll find Snooty. Snooty over to the corner to Anderson. His three-point. Bang! Maddox Anderson back-to-back threes.
It's a huge bucket from Maddox Anderson.
And that's a foul there on Carson Healy. A little bit of a tap foul. Didn't draw much of the offense there. But nonetheless, Westside now up 35-144 in the third quarter. They are wide open in this game. Inbounding the ball is Thatch. Thatch looking. He gets the ball in. On the block, he's double teamed, but he goes up. Good move there by Cooper Kaufman. Snooty Jow dribbling the ball over to Benning. Benning looks up. There's Healy now. And he'll find Anderson in the corner for three. No good.
Kind of a heat check there. Anderson does have 18 points. So another heat check, one from Oddbody, one from Anderson. He's unable to make it, but 18 points from Anderson. Kind of the odd ones out. You know, you weren't really looking for these two players to score all these points. You know, you were looking at the Caleb Benning, the CJ Mitchell, Kevin Stubblefield. Kevin Stubblefield has been pretty quiet tonight. It's been all Maddox Anderson, all Tyson Oddbody, and they've combined for 37 points.
Oddbody and Anderson, two bigger players on this Westside team. And Anderson, the sixth man on this team, not even a starter. Oddbody looking to fill the role of his older brother, just graduated, Tate Oddbody, and he has done it really well tonight, shooting lights out from three, doing everything right. Thatch's first free throw is good. That'll cut the lead down to 32.
Maddox Anderson's going to get a rest here, it looks like, and Oddbody.
Thatch's second free throw. It's up. It's good. Thatch goes 2 for 2 from the line.
Sorry, it was Healy that came out, not Oddbody.
Snooty with the ball. There's Oddbody now. Over into the corner. There's Stubblefield. And he looked for the slam. He wanted that one.
Yeah, he was trying to get it, but he got fouled. So, I mean, if I was in that situation, I'd probably foul too. I wouldn't want someone to dunk on me. So I think I would definitely settle for the foul there.
Kevin Stubblefield was ready to put him on a poster. And Stubblefield will have 2 free throws, up 31. The first one off the back rim, no good. Stubblefield kind of quiet in this game, as you said, Aiden, but he's looking to get back into the stats here. That second free throw.
Yeah, and the one thing to pay attention to here if you're a Westside fan is free throw percentage. They weren't an amazing free throw percentage shooting team last year, so it's going to be interesting to see how they have improved or deproved this year.
Stubblefield makes the second one, goes 1 for 2. Up 32 now is the Warriors, 1:13 remaining here in the third quarter. Pickpocket there by Mitchell, and he'll go coast to coast and free layup for C.J. Mitchell.
Yeah, C.J. Mitchell, that's another steal. He's kind of their steal guy. He's a pretty swifty guy.
Jefferson now with the ball. He'll dribble, and that ball goes out of bounds. Northeast keeps the ball. 26 on the shot clock, 54 on the game clock.
Yeah, by the way, Zach, Westside's at 80 points, and we still have a quarter to go. I mean, they might get to 100.
Very uncharacteristic in high school basketball is that. And that pull-up is no good by Albalda, and that one to go out of bounds. The ref will say it's last off the Warriors. 22 now on the shot clock for the Northeast Rockets. Jefferson will inbound the ball here for the Rockets. He's looking, and he'll find a guy on the block. Good move there, good inbound. Gets the ball back as Teneper. Back to Jefferson at the top of the key. He'll take a drive, and that up and under is no good. Rebound by Snooty. Up to Mitchell now, and that's a hard wrist foul there. So 38.9 remaining here in the third quarter. Westside with a huge lead right now. They're looking to push 100.
Yeah, I mean, that's not something, as you said, that's not something we say a lot in high school basketball. 100 points is a lot for high school, especially only playing about 32-minute game.
There's Mitchell now right at half court. Lofton now back to Mitchell. Bennington, now Snooty. Baseline drive over to Stubblefield, up to Lofton. Back to Snooty in the corner. Snooty dribbles back to the top of the key, and that ball, he thought Benning was in the corner. A little bit of miscommunication there. So the Rockets will get the ball back with 22 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and if I was the Rockets, I'd just hold this one for the last shot. Just kind of get to the end of the quarter and have a bit of a talk, see if you can't regroup.
That one's a turnover there. 11 seconds remaining as Stubblefield will go coast to coast and lay that one up. 82-46, 5 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. And there's a deep heave by Schweitzer, and it's off the back rim, almost good, and gets home for Schweitzer. But Westside takes an 82-46 lead after 3 quarters.
Yeah, definitely a huge lead, and really the key for Westside has been transition. They've forced a lot of turnovers, which have turned into just wide open layups. Lincoln Northeast has not done a great job of getting back, so we'll have to see what adjustments they make. We'll see what Westside does with their lineup in the fourth quarter.
Tyson Oddbody in the corner right now, getting a little bit of medical attention from the training staff. Maybe a bloody lip, bloody nose. But Tyson Oddbody may be out for the rest of the game. We'll see. Westside, 8 minutes left to go in here in this game, 82-46. Going into the fourth quarter, we'll see if Coach Simons will go any of the other reserves on this team. I did see right before the break, Maddox Anderson went up to the table saying, "I'm checking in." So we're going to see Maddox Anderson definitely come back on the floor. C.J. Mitchell, Kevin Stubblefield, Ricky Lofton, Maddox Anderson, and Caleb Benning on the floor right now for the Warriors.
Yeah, definitely if you're Westside, coaching staff, I wouldn't risk Oddbody coming back in. Maybe it's a contact injury. It's not a big deal, but still, you don't want him to get injured.
Kaufman right now, up to the top of the key to Schweitzer. Deep three, and it's good. Easton Schweitzer from downtown.
That was a great shot. Great shot.
Over to Benning on the far side. They get the ball up to Stubblefield in the corner. There's Mitchell now, elbow. And there's a good pump fake and rolls home. C.J. Mitchell.
16 points. Well, that's all Westside needs. From that third quarter, it's very possible. They might even get more than 110.
Deep three from Schweitzer. There's a heat check. Offensive rebound by Wilkie. Over now to Wilkie. Wilkie looking. Jab step on Mitchell. Over into the corner from the elbow. Good pull-up three. There's Cooper Kaufman from three.
That's another nice shot. Just a good pull around from the corner, and he just nails it right on the money.
And there's Mitchell. Over to Maddox Anderson from the elbow. No good for Maddox Anderson. Pushing the pace is the Rockets. And that one's blocked by Benning. Pushing the pace. There's Mitchell over to Benning. And there's a good delay, hesitation. Benning will go up 86-52.
Benning's been another one of those guys that's been pretty quiet, but he's really known for his defense more than his offense.
Kaufman with the ball now, dribbling at the elbow. He'll back out now. Into the corner to Kaufman. Kaufman now down to the block. Out to Schweitzer. Mitchell goes for the steal. And now pull up from Kaufman. No good. Ricky Lofton with the rebound. Up to Benning. Spin move. He put him in the spin cycle. Caleb Benning with a nasty move.
Yeah, that's Benning's best feature. He's a great driver. He is so good at driving the ball. He's really tough. He's physical, and that's just a great job.
There's Stubblefield, and that dunk is no good. Kevin Stubblefield can't convert on the slam.
Yeah, my dad he's going to talk to me about that one after the game for sure.
There's a three by the Rockets. Timeout, Coach Ritchie. They're down 33, 5:44 here in the third quarter. What an unlucky break. Kevin Stubblefield shaking his head in the corner. He really wanted that one.
Yeah, I mean, the rule of thumb for most people is if you know you can make the dunk, then go for it. But if you're unsure if you can make it, I know a lot of good players miss dunks, but still, I would just go for the layup there.
Here's Snooty over to Anderson now. Big drive step. Anderson will draw the foul in the paint. And the crowd goes wild. Ashton Matoyer, he'll check into the game. We'll see a little bit reserves now. Ashton Matoyer, the first one to check in the game out of the bench for the Warriors. Mitchell with the inbound. He'll find Anderson. Anderson over to Snooty now. There's Stubblefield over to Snooty. Now Matoyer finds Stubblefield, and he'll go with the layup that time. 90-55. Good move there by the Rockets. Mitchell comes down with the board. He's looking up. There's Matoyer, and he'll go up and under. A good move by Ashton Matoyer. He almost drew the and one.
Yeah, the crowd's going to get what they want here. They want Matoyer to score, so I guess they better hope he doesn't miss both of these free throws.
Ashton Matoyer going to the line for two. 5:14 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Ashton Matoyer looking to add two onto the scoreboard. The first one will come on this free throw. The first free throw, it's good. The crowd really wanted that one. They love Ashton Matoyer.
Yeah, he's kind of a really extroverted guy. Everyone loves him. He's a really funny guy.
Oddbody checks back into the game with 5:14. Matoyer's second free throw. Matoyer's free throw up and good. It rolls in, 92-55. Northeast now pushing the ball up the floor. There's Kuhn. Kuhn down to the block, and that one's stuffed by Tyson Oddbody, but there's a foul. So Oddbody commits a foul with 5:08 here in the fourth quarter, and going to the line is Hayden Kuhn for two.
Yeah, this game's kind of been the opposite of the girls' game earlier. The girls' game was heavy fouling. This game has been more conservative from the refs, not as many fouls.
Same crew though, same three referees. Kuhn's second free throw as subs get ready to check in. That one no good. Matoyer with a good box out as Oddbody gets the rebound. Snooty looking to push the pace. Now Anderson. Anderson over to Oddbody. Oddbody finds Snooty. Healy baseline drive. Over to Anderson. Matoyer in the corner from three. No good. And Healy picks the back pocket and dribbles off his foot, but Anderson will keep possession for the Warriors. Anderson with a powerful drive in the left hand, no good. Looking to get his own board as it bounces out of bounds off his hands. 5 new fresh guys in for the Rockets now. This is the starting lineup. Thatch now with the ball. Matoyer on the defense. Thatch still with the ball. Over now. Thatch gets the ball back, right back. Down to the block. Oddbody on defense. There's Lenhoff. Back to the top of the key. Good, powerful drive. Kaufman with the and one.
Yeah, it's just a nice move. Gets down low. It's good contact. Good job pushing through the contact, really. And does a great job of just finishing.
So looking to convert the three-point play is Cooper Kaufman, 92-57, 4:20 left in the game. That free throw off the front rim, no good. An offensive board by the Rockets, picked right back off by Snooty. And there's Anderson now. He'll pull the ball back into the corner. Almost a travel, but Matoyer gets the ball and goes up. Ashton Matoyer with his 4th point.
That was really impressive.
Ashton Matoyer with defense on the other end. He's doing it on both ends right now. And there's Healy, and he'll go up, and his left-handed floater no good. So there's Thatch now for the Rockets. Over into the corner. 3-point attempt by Wilkie, no good. High off the glass, Thatch gets the board, and he'll go up. Little bit of a questionable call there. They're going to call that one on the Warriors. So going to the line now. That one will be called on Snooty. So going to the line, Isaac Thatch for the Rockets.
Looks like we have a sub for Westside. Number 21, Mr. John Van Gelder will be coming in. The crowd wanted him, and they got him.
So there we go. John Van Gelder will check into the game. And Carson Healy will come out of the game. Never mind, there's Tyson Oddbody coming out of the game. We get a little bit of a round of applause for Tyson Oddbody. What a performance tonight by Tyson.
Yeah, unbelievable performance. He hit 5 threes. He just had a great game.
Thatch's 2nd free throw. Up and good. So 3:41 left here in the 4th quarter. Westside up 94-59. Snooty with the inbound to Matoyer. Right back to Snooty now. Pushing the pace up to Healy. That's a baseline drive. Up and good. Carson Healy gets the bucket.
That's just good transition.
And there's a home run pass from the Rockets, and it's off the Rockets and out of bounds. So Westside with 96 points, 3:29 left. Are they going to break the century mark?
I'd say there's a pretty good chance they do it. I think it's a no-doubter at this point.
Snooty now at the logo. He'll take it all the way up. Carson Healy in the corner from the wing. Carson Healy, no good. Van Gelder and Snooty come down with the rebound. There's Van Gelder now. He'll at the wing, back to Snooty in the corner. Snooty double teamed in the corner, nowhere for him to go. He finds Van Gelder, and Van Gelder is fouled.
Crowd is getting into it. They really did not like that foul.
Protecting their man, John Van Gelder.
See if they can't get an inbound play to him. A little screen action, get him an open 3.
So there's Anderson now. He'll cross the timeline. He'll find Van Gelder in the corner. Van Gelder, he'll turn it over, and there's a foul after him. So Northeast, they draw the foul. 4 fouls for the Warriors, 3 for the Rockets. 96-59, 3:01 left here in the game.
4 points. That's all Westside needs.
There's Jefferson now into the corner to Albaldo. Albaldo from the wing. His 3-pointer no good. Carson Healy will come down with the board. He'll dribble himself across the timeline. Couple behind the back dribbles. Good up front defense by Jefferson, but he gets too physical there. Draws the foul. Carson Healy now.
That's good defense, though, before the foul. Really impressive.
Line change here for the Rockets. They inbound the ball to Anderson. Snooty now finds Matoyer into the corner for Healy. His 3-pointer from the corner. Yes, sir! Carson Healy, 99-59. And there's transition defense by the Warriors. Offensive rebound up and in. There's Kyan Lenhoff. Anderson trapped in the corner. He finds Snooty. Snooty turns it over. And there's a quick little free throw line pull-up by Cole Kaufman. So Matoyer now with the ball, finds Snooty, across the timeline. Van Gelder back to Snooty. Matoyer, dribble crossover, and he'll turn the ball over, and there's a foul on him. Westside getting a little sloppy, trying to push that mark of 100. The clock is running, so the chances are running out for the Warriors.
Yeah, they need 1 point free throw. So we'll have to see. They've been pretty sloppy. They turned it over a couple times. So we'll see if they can get there.
Into the bonus now is the Rockets, so that will tick the clock away even more. 1:35 and counting here in this game. At the line shooting is Eason Schweitzer. Schweitzer will let go with 120. And that free throw's good. 64-99, the Rockets trail. So just over a minute now in this game. Westside up 99-65 after that free throw. The clock continues to run as we tick under a minute here at Omaha Westside High School. Snooty will inbound the ball. No pressure this time by the Rockets. Anderson will jog the ball up the court. Anderson over down to Matoyer, and Westside breaks the century mark, 101.
That's huge. You just don't see that very often.
That three's no good. Healy with the rebound, and there's a foul from behind on Hayden Teneper. So Westside breaks the century mark. What a performance by the Westside Warriors. 101 points pending these free throws from Carson Healy.
Yeah, I mean, you look at what Westside's done, and I'd say the best thing has been their transition game and on offense or defense to offense. Their offensive game has been okay. They've had some good ball movement, I'd say, but really not as impressive as transition.
Healy's second free throw is good as the clock strikes triple zeros. Westside wins 102-65. What a performance by the Westside Warriors.
Yeah, I mean, really, really impressive. I think I've already said everything that I need to say about this performance. They've done an amazing job. I mean, and they scored 102 points. They only held Lincoln Northeast to 65. Really, really impressive first game for Westside, and that's really what you want to do is you want to set a good mood for the games that coming up. That's huge.
We're going to take a break here on the WTV Live Night. We'll come back with a player interview of our player of the game in just a minute.
Sportsmanship is facing every challenge in a competition and staying respectful through it all.
Good sportsmanship goes beyond the game. It starts with respect.
Showing good sportsmanship can not only represent yourself in a good way, but also your school and your community.
Sportsmanship means playing the game the right way and treating others fair and with respect.